It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub. Paisley Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Bruins got a big night from David Pastrnak. They won their fourth straight game last night, 6-3 in Winnipeg. Pastrnak had 2 goals and 2 assists to lead the way.
I had more ice time and enjoyed it, helped me and felt great. So great way to start both games on the road, and we have one more to go.
Charlie McAvoy added an assist in his return to the lineup. The Bruins are 2-0 on a 3-game road trip. They wrap things up in Minnesota on Sunday night. Celtics had their 5-game winning streak snapped in Milwaukee yesterday evening, 116-101. The Green missed 16 consecutive three-point shots to open up the second half. They were 14 of 49 from distance for the game. Kyle Kuzma, 31 points for the winners, who were playing without Giannis Antetokounmpo. Jaylen Brown scored 30 for the Celtics. They're back home to play Detroit on Monday night. Patriots are missing Terrell Jennings and Harold Landry at practice yesterday. They host Buffalo Sunday. On Thursday Night Football, Tampa Bay kicked away a 28-14 fourth quarter lead and lost to Atlanta 29-28. And former University of Michigan head football coach Sharon Moore will be arraigned this morning. There have been no charges released yet after a bizarre incident following his firing 2 days ago. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Catches Law. At Catches, they specialize in helping those who have been injured not only from a one-time incident, but from a lifetime of hard work and labor. Does this sound like you? Visit CatchesLaw.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 6:30.
Irish shot.
The Bruins.
Rebound score!
Play here, the Sports Hub.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher
You might hate me, but you're listening.
and Hardy
Don't bother me. I'm at the Pickle Palace.
on 98.5.
I know what I'm capable of.
He said something about peanut butter, right?
Yeah. Boning, baby. Make America nut again.
That's gross. That's disgusting.
Let's talk about cheese.
What are you going to have for lunch?
I was at dinner with my wife and a friend.
Kitty, pussy, kitty. Flap, flap, flap.
Shut up, I'm trying to talk to Paul.
Toucher and Hardy
Good luck trying to put your finger in it when there's a million holes.
on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
Is the cat still alive? No, it is not.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are Toucher and Hardy. Town Fair Tire Studios, 617-779-0985. And the phone rings and no one answers. Again and again and again and again and again.
Well, I don't want to throw him under the bus, but Nick was very late to work this morning.
Oh, yeah?
Like, I walked down, like, where is he? It was reported to me that he was going to be coming in hot. And he wasn't here until 5:30 or something. I'm like, dude, why don't you just take the day? You're already taking a half day at this point.
Rather him come in at 5:59 and answer the phone, to be honest with you. And I would rather him come in at 5:59 and sit down and answer the phone. That would be the best thing for everyone, believe me. I mean, I don't know what he does in the morning, but he, turns the computers on and puts the TVs on the right channels. And I know he runs YouTube. I don't really know what's required for that, but the answering the phones, you got to answer the phones. That's just one thing that I have to ask for, is that the phones are answered. We don't take a lot of phone calls, but I do like having them up if we need them. And I would hate to miss an opportunity if we can do that. You can watch us on YouTube that Nick runs. You can go to subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. Benjamin, hello, Benjamin.
Freddie, baby.
Hello, sir.
A very big weekend. Fred, happy Hanukkah.
Ah, yes. My ex-wife asked, what should she get my son for Hanukkah? And I said, I don't care. I said, you always get them one bad gift because we give them all their presents at Christmas. So I'm like, they're not looking for anything. So,
are you convinced the boy knows that it's Hanukkah?
No.
Okay.
They do like the menorah.
Hardy,
Yeah.
Hardy.
Yeah.
Happy Hanukkah, Hardy.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, hey, John.
You know not to rub it in. You don't want to tempt. You don't want to tempt God, right, Benjamin, with your Hanukkah taunting of.
That was
John?
a long way to go, Ben.
No, we have the candles, we have the Sufganio, we have the latkes. We're all set. It's a blessed time of year. Hopefully, Adam 12 can find a basement somewhere to get some spaghetti. Love you all.
All right, thank you,
Thanks,
Benjamin. That's right. John has turned his back on his Jewish religion. His time at Camp Young Judea, where he was a counselor as well. Come back.
Sure.
Have the feast. Find the guilt.
Rejoin the tribe.
That's right.
12. Do you switch faiths during this time of year? Maybe find yourself a temple.
Sure,
Get
yeah.
some matzo ball soup.
You got anyone going free?
Free?
Yeah. Free associating my religion for free meals. Sure.
No, they don't stop the free spaghetti. That's not a seasonal thing. That goes year round. Look.
What if you can double dip?
December's big for the craft fairs at your local church. They like to have a craft fair on a Saturday before Christmas and give you a meal there.
Well, they've had the people in the congregation make they've made Christmas ornaments, and apparently if you go backstage and you see the Christmas tree backstage, there's ornaments that you can donate and buy one of the ornaments.
Oh, great.
So, Adam, you might want to go by there.
There you go.
I think they'd hand you one. I don't think you...
a little pat on the head.
Yeah, I don't think
Send
they...
me on my way.
Or they could give you some of the money they collect.
Put this in your bindle.
Yes, they would ask you to untie the kerchief that you have around the stick.
That's right.
As you go train to train. It's a home run. Everyone's calling in. Dan, hello.
Hello. I figured out finally why Wallach likes to be smothered by big butt cheeks right over his face. It all comes from his childhood. When it got cold, his mother would have to keep the baby birds warm, so she sits on the nest,
right?
And he'd be underneath, nice and warm, so it gives him comfort, makes it nice and warm to have a big old fat fatty sitting on his face.
Well,
fat fatty.
Freud has often said that all of our sexual proclivities have something to do with our relationships with our mothers. So maybe that is what it is. The foot fetish thing where they think that hanging on to your mother's leg out of when you felt fear. I don't recall doing that in my life, but maybe that's why I don't have a foot fetish. The breast thing could be obviously breastfeeding. Even though they say that it's a subliminal or evolutionary, they look like the fertile, right? Like a woman looks fertile. Like that's what they think with that. But what do we know about the human brain? We are, in terms of science and all this stuff, we are centuries behind what we are for other parts of the body. The most interesting thing I've ever heard about psychotherapy and like the brain and the way that they're, treating people pharmaceutically for like brain issues is that it's the only part of the body that they don't look at. Like, for instance, if they say like, oh, there's something wrong with your liver, they'll take blood tests to see like certain levels of enzymes. Then they'll like do a sonogram of your liver. They'll like look around and like see what's going on.
Poke around.
The brain, they except for a few, they don't really scan it and have any kind of visual representation of like the actual state of your brain. Does that make any sense to you? Like basically every symptom and every way they medicate is they just ask you. Like, how do you feel? And then you just tell them, and then within like an hour or two, like 1 session, 2 sessions, they'll go take this and see if it works. And then and then if that doesn't work, it's all trial and error, which is, I would say that if you had like a huge gastrointestinal problem and they were like, try this, if it doesn't work, we'll just come back and we'll try something else. Like, try this for a few weeks, and if it doesn't happen, we'll just try something else.
But is it because they can't like take a blood test to see if you're still actually depressed? I mean, is that what it boils down to, or they can't take a core sample of your brain like they could another organ or a tissue part and say, oh yeah, this thing is still messed up.
So you know how they can give you an MRI and like scan your brain, and they can like track people when they're sleeping or when they're meditating, like they can see activity in the brain.
Mm-hmm.
The belief by a few, there's some controversy in this, is that they believe that there's some people, they're like renegades now, but I don't know if they will be proven wrong. I don't know anything. I'm obviously very close to a scientist, but not quite. That there will be a time, maybe in our lifetime, where there's like, they can kind of diagnose you by looking at some sort of brain imaging. That you know how they'll show stuff. I mean, you've all of you seen this in school or something when they're doing like a drug. A drug like presentation not to do drugs, and they'll show brain scans.
Sure.
And like this part of the brain is look at how it's damaged and da 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 da.
Yeah.
That there is like, for instance, if you have ADHD, they'll go and they'll scan your brain and they'll go, okay, well, this part of the brain is symptomatic of someone with ADHD, like the way this part of the brain is functioning. If you're depressed, that this part of the brain is reflective, like I can see that this part of your brain is that of someone with depression. Now that seems to me to be like it is for every other part of your body, and would be, at least a nice checks and balances to just chuck medicine at people based on self-described symptoms. So that's what I would look for before I go all in.
Yeah, because some of that stuff exists, and I wonder if some of this isn't being utilized the way other treatments aren't utilized because of one huge factor, and that is cost. Like, you might be able to fix a lot of things wrong with your head. Like, you could prevent so many heart attacks and heart issues if you just went and got what's the thing that they do after you have a heart attack, when they run like the scope into your heart and they see what your arteries, and they do all that stuff.
Right.
And I was asking somebody about this recently, somebody who works for a pharmaceutical company. I'm like, why do you only do that afterward? And he said, cost. Like, if you wanted to go out of pocket and spend whatever they're going to charge you, $50,000 every couple of years to go have things checked and your major arteries looked at, and he goes, oh yeah, you could prevent all kinds of stuff, but it is treatment after the fact as opposed to preventative.
Okay, but that's not fair in a way, because they do a bunch of stuff before that. They'll give you an EKG. If that shows something, they'll do a sonogram of your heart. Like, those things aren't expensive. An EKG is like free, and then if anything shows up weird on the EKG, they'll do a sonogram of your heart. Then if something shows up there, they'll order a scope, and it will get covered by insurance, and they can do that. So there is imaging steps before that. Yeah, if they just did like invasive, and I know they can go like, can't they go through your throat and stuff? Like, I know they don't have to make incisions.
Go through the armpit or something.
Yeah. Like, but they can flag stuff with your heart way before you have a heart attack. Like, if you go to the doctor regularly, you don't have to just describe your symptoms. That helps, I guess. Like, if you said I fainted, like, I remember one time I fainted, and they were like, okay, we'll give you an EKG. No, they even went past that. They gave me a sonogram of my heart, and they were like, okay, it's fine.
It happened to me. The exact same thing happened to me.
So they give you the sonogram, and by that, they can watch your heart beating, and they can see the different, ventricles and all that stuff, or whatever it is, and they can kind of judge by what's going on.
Yeah. Did you tell the doctor that you fainted? Because I would have a problem with the word itself. I would say I passed out.
I might have said passed out.
Yeah, because I'm sure John went in there complaining of the vapors or something very, very feminine.
He said, the last thing I remember saying is, my stars. And then putting the back of my palm to my head.
I remember saying, I declare.
Yeah.
The next thing I know, I woke up upon the
fainting couch.
Veranda.
The chef.
Veranda's the word you're looking for.
What's the Chesterfield?
Oh, the Chesterfield.
That's
yes. So, there was that's a big thing.
But you hear about guys who are like in otherwise perfect health, and then they're out jogging like, "What? Oh, you had a 90% blockage. How'd you not know?" Well, they didn't check. Why do you never check? Yeah, it's expensive.
Well, the thing is that things are going to happen. I'm just saying if they're going to medicate you or if you're complain because, like, say you're the coach at Michigan and you're having all these. The coach at you don't go into someone's house and threaten to kill him and kill yourself because you got fired. Like, a lot of people get fired. In fact, thousands of people will get fired today, like somewhere. Like, this happens. If everyone went and tried to kill themselves after they got fired, there would be a lot of less people on the planet.
Okay, but now you're not talking about the brain. Now you're back to the heart because he was just lovesick.
That's right. And so the Michigan knew he was having psychological problems before this. So, for instance, if he reports, like, I'm having these psychological problems, or like a Gary Goldman who had the electroshock therapy, like, if he's like, I'm depressed, like, I can't, like, severely depressed, if they could go, okay, and they maybe scanned his brain. I don't know. He doesn't say in the book, but like, he didn't really talk about it in the book. It's more his special, but if they could look at your brain and go, all right, we figured it out. This part of your brain is malfunctioning, and this is the part of the brain or the way that your brain's working. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
Some sort of function of the brain is physically off.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lack of
The
chemical
neurons
being
aren't
released.
firing there.
Right, exactly.
Right. Based on our scan.
And wouldn't that make everyone... don't you think they'd be able to diagnose things a lot better and maybe, like, kind of weed out?
Yes.
I mean,
so much of it is retrospective, like CTE, for example. So much is retrospective. You have surgery performed on the brain after the subject person is deceased. That's how he has CTE.
Right.
Now, BU is the leader in this.
And CTE is trauma.
Yes.
Which is easier to diagnose. It's like...
Right.
Because the thing is that people, obviously and some people, not even now, but until what? 30 years ago, you were just nuts.
No,
they were just like,
I think it's less than that.
Then they put like almost half the country on some sort of psychological medicine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, almost half the country. And the way that they sparse that out is they kind of just go, as someone who's been through this process, they kind of just go, how do you feel? And you go, I feel this way. And they go, okay, take this. And then, like, right away, like within a half an hour of conversation, and then you start taking it, and they go, don't worry, it takes a while to kick in. And then it kicks in, and then you go, okay, I don't really think this is doing anything, or this isn't working. And then they go, okay, then take this. It's all trial and error. And it's never been based on anything but what people are reporting about themselves. So all the research is based on what people are self-reporting, which doesn't seem overly scientific. That's all. And with all the people and all the kids they're trying to say is ADHD and all the kids that they're trying to medicate for ADHD, which is controversial because oftentimes they think kids are misdiagnosed. And also there's this, I read about this a couple times, there's this belief that it stops working, the medicine, that it could be effective for like a year and then it stops working. I don't know if that's true, but that's in the New York Times and things like that. There is that belief that could be true. Wouldn't it be nice if they could scan your brain and they could go, okay, yes, your kid, not poke around in there, but, scan your brain unobtrusively and say, right, here's in your kid's brain, this is the part of the frontal lobe, whatever it would be, that is responsible for how we know ADHD happens, and this is what's going on in the brain, and this is the medicine that we could... And also it would help, you would think, make medicine better, that they could be able to point to learn more about how the brain operates. I don't know. That's how it seems to me. So I'm often think that the psychiatric community is really in the dark ages, because I can't think of many other forms of medicine where they're still going, there was a guy 150 years ago that said, and he had this theory, and we're just going to run with that theory for the next 150 years. And as we develop medicine, we're just going to kind of go, here's the thing. Prozac fixes everything, which is not true. I mean, it's not true. If there's, 300 million people in the world on some sort of SSRI, do you think 300 million people in the world are correctly diagnosed and that this is what's this
It
is
would be
help
an
them?
awfully big coincidence if that was the case.
I mean, like, it might not be 300 million, but it's many, 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 many million. It's in. If it's not 300 million, then it might be 100 million. It's a lot of people that are on these things. So there you go. There you go. You got a little scientific break there, Rogan-esque.
Oh, I think we got into it, man. There's a lot of good information there as we just fumbled around and poked at it.
Yeah, and that's what they should do with brains. See what's cooking.
Yeah.
Sit in there and poke around. Go through the ear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been investigating cat brains splattered on the ground for several times. Yeah. I'll tell you what cat brains don't react well to: stomping. God, plop. Yep, that brain was gross. It had too much blood in it.
Mark that down in my notes. This one was too gross.
Yeah, my notes were just on a scale of 1 to 10 in fun. This was a fun brain. All right, we'll be back. Both of your local winter teams played yesterday, and so much more coming up in just a moment. Be my buddy and me.
Now,
Me.
more of your best morning buddies. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Did you catch a game last night?
We are Toucher and Hardy. What happened last night is brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game of what happened. So change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lopresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. Hardy, what's going on in the streets?
Nice team you got there, Wallach. Nice Celtics game last night against a Giannis-less Milwaukee Bucks. Good grief.
Not good.
No, not great. You had Jaylen Brown out there getting it done early.
Offensive rebounding here. Bucks turning a table. Jaylen Brown dribbles to 12 feet. Pull-up jumper is good. Nobody has taken more two-point shots. Nobody's made more in the NBA for the mid-range than Jaylen Brown this year.
That's right. So he's doing what he needs to do. But there was a gentleman on the court that there may be some history with when it comes to Jaylen Brown, who had answers pretty much all night.
And the Bucks can make it a one-possession game. Trailing by 5, Rollins. Bounce entry in the paint. Portis turns, pump fake on Hauser, steps through, runs it off the window and in. And Joe Mazzulla grab another timeout.
All right, so Celtics scored 67 points in the first half. They scored 34 in the second half, and they lost to a team they shouldn't have lost to. And that's fine. They had their 5-game winning streak snapped. But there's an interesting sideline, kind of side story to this game. Jaylen Brown was dribbling the basketball in the third quarter. Kevin Porter Jr.
I have it here.
Okay.
Good luck, Portis trying to back down Brown. Has to go to the fadeaway and sticks another.
Oh, man! It is good.
Yeah, technical foul on Portis.
And the analysis is running on the court. This is crazy.
The Bobby chance start up.
Okay. That was afterwards.
Okay,
that
this was the second one.
What originally happened, Fred, is Jaylen Brown at the other end dribbling the basketball. Kevin Porter Jr. is smaller than him, is guarding him on a switch, and knocks him down for no apparent reason. I mean, Brown sold a little, but he goes flying towards the Bucks bench, and that started like a nose-to-nose type of thing. And Bobby Portis at the other end scores, screams at Brown to kind of back up his teammate, and they tee him up. The more interesting thing is the back and forth between Brown and Porter. You may remember, Fred, and you probably not now that I think about it, 2 years ago he was playing for Houston. He was their stud point guard of the future, and in New York he was charged with felony domestic assault, where he grabbed a woman by her throat and, according to prosecutors, fractured her vertebra.
Okay, just real quick. So they have Gary Harris and Kevin Porter Jr. on the team?
Correct.
Wow, because Gary Harris got in some domestic trouble as well. Okay,
that's correct.
Very
But
good.
Kevin Porter Jr. apparently held this woman, Kaiser Gondrzik, by her throat and fractured her vertebra. He was charged with felony domestic assault at a New York City hotel room. She said, the fractured vertebra was a pre-existing condition. Whatever. Houston couldn't get rid of him fast enough, and he kind of bounced around a little bit, wound up in Milwaukee. Jaylen Brown won an NBA championship in 2024.
Oh, he did?
And his date to the victory parade, Kaiser Gondrzik, same woman. So I have no evidence of this, but it's too big a coincidence to pass by. I think this particular dust-up was over a woman.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh,
it's as good a theory as any as to why there would be such bad
weird.
blood.
It just came out of nowhere. It wasn't anything in the first half. So all of a sudden, Kevin Porter Jr. is all up in his face, knocks him down, and stands over him. And that, of course, is the hold me back type of thing that's common in the NBA. And then Bobby Portis gets upset and goes crazy, and Milwaukee, he can't miss, and Milwaukee wins the game. But the back and forth between the two of them is really odd. I think it's over this woman.
I like that. I like a little off the court salaciousness going on. I mean, I don't like the assault part.
I think he's still dating her, too. So
Jaylen can't be held down.
Yeah.
He's streaming all the time. I mean, he can't have that. If you got to pick one lady or the other, streaming or the lady.
Right.
His lady is the lady streaming.
The
Miss Stream.
The concern would be
Miss Stream. I know her.
In terms of the basketball, would be the Celtics getting outscored 27-13 in the third quarter. think there was an 11-0 run
Yeah,
that the Bucks went on during the third that kind of put the game away.
You know it's a good game when Giannis's brother gets in.
Yeah, I was just going to say it was a bad enough game that Thanasis got in at the end of the game, played 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And everyone gave him the golf clap. Hey, good for you. You got in the game. That's very good.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He's just like, I get to be on an NBA team, even though I
draw a
don't deserve
paycheck
this at all.
because of my big brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And if
he needs a friend here.
And if he does want out and goes somewhere else, I'm sure I'll be part of the package. You know?
Yes.
Oh, no, you can't lump. That's too big a salary. You don't know how the NBA works.
Where
You
we
can't
going
just throw
now?
him in. You got to then there's got to be a counter salary. There's a lot going on with that.
So you heard about the statistics of Jaylen Brown and taking the mid-range jumpers. That's great. Celtics were a little cold shooting threes last night. At one point, they missed, do you know how many in a row?
Yes.
16 straight three-point shots.
That was to start the second half.
Yeah, so Jordan Walsh, do you have anything to say about that?
I mean, we just went on ice. I think that I wouldn't say any looks were bad looks. You know, I feel like the shots that we take them again the next game, like those are all going in, or at least a lot of them are going in. And
all right.
There was one guy who really had a bad night, and Sam Hauser, who is from the Milwaukee area, had friends and family in watching him. Hauser was 0 for 10 last night. And there was one particular sequence where he had 3 chances from 3, and all 3 shots were open, and he missed, and then got an offensive rebound, drove to the basket, and blew an open layup. He had a really bad night. I felt bad for him watching it.
You felt bad for him?
I did. I did.
Well,
The
then you
look
can't
on
be
his
a neutral voice calling these games. You're just
on
going to
his
feel
face.
bad for him.
I did. The look on his face afterwards, not good.
Sammy Howes, you think he's
Yeah.
having a tough time?
Had a bad night. Had a really bad night.
Yeah, they pretty much just have him shooting threes. So
Well,
when they don't fall, he's in trouble.
let's hope for your sake, John, since you have such deep feelings regarding these Boston Celtics. They have a better time against the Pistons coming up this weekend. The Pistons will be looking for a little revenge, maybe.
I would say yes.
After the Celtics got the win in their last meeting.
Yeah, this is the period of time where you have some time off between games because the NBA Cup is going on, and these are the makeup games. These are the extra games. For instance, I think
Yeah, they don't play. Celtics don't play again until Monday, right?
Right.
Yes.
So they had 4 days off before last night, and then now they skipped the weekend. These are the 2 makeup games for teams that didn't make the knockout round of the NBA Cup. So I don't know how they determine your opponent, but they got Milwaukee and Detroit here during this period of time.
I would like to go to that game, but I cannot. I got a holiday thing I got to do, but I would have liked to have gone to that game.
You got something to do on Monday night?
Yeah. Maybe I'm better off just going to the Piston game. I don't know. I have to consider my next move. You know me. I'm always wheeling and dealing.
Yeah,
9 to 5 and 69. And
you got a lot going on, buddy.
this week I got a lot going on. I mean, in non-kid related stuff. I actually have adult activities happening this week. It's a very exciting week for me.
Very nice.
I'm like a real boy, a real adult.
A real human boy with thoughts and feelings. Let's jump over to the Bruins here, who were taking on Winnipeg last night, and David Pastrnak making his return known.
Top of the right circle, Pastrnak flips one through the slot over to Geeky at the bottom of the far circle. Couldn't get a stick on it. Now Pastrnak, top of the circle, shot, score! Fist pump for Pastrnak. Bruins with a power play goal. And we're even at 1.
Listen to Winnipeg.
Don't you want to move there when you hear that?
Look, I respect anyone that lives in Winnipeg. One of the guys from what's that comedy troupe from Canada, Kids in the Hall. We had him in studio one time, and he lives in Winnipeg, and he was telling us about being there in the winter. And I got a lot of respect for anyone that just has laid their claim to Winnipeg. Actually, downtown it looks nice. Like, it's not big, but it looks like the arena's cool. Like, they're, on TV last night, it looked cool. But, I mean, that's where Ice Road, I say this all the time, and I apologize if this gets old, but I find it interesting. That's where Ice Road Truckers starts.
Yes.
If you ever watched Ice Road Truckers, they would leave from the Winnipeg area before they went on their Ice Road trucking. Like, that sounds like a a weird. I guess I know why it's there because it's like a trade outpost from back in the day, but that seems like an odd place to live.
If you are during the winter, and we used to talk to Gosher and Judd Surratt, and we've asked Ryan about this, going to Winnipeg during the winter, you literally do not go outdoors downtown. There are catacombs like the ones that hamsters had in those little tanks.
Yeah, they have that in Milwaukee. Oh, not Milwaukee. Minnesota. They have that in Minnesota as well. Yeah.
Well, they have in Montreal. Yeah.
Ryan took a picture whatever year was his first year doing the Bruins from the airfield in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
And, it's not a mountainous region. It's to my understanding, a very flat, and it just looked like tundra.
Yeah.
It just was completely, and say what you will about, that it gets dark at 4:00 here, and there's not great things in terms of nature here, in terms of what we get. Really year-round, but certainly now. But I will tell you this, it's rarely just a barren tundra. That doesn't often happen. We get snow, but there are trees in our auspicious mountains, our
Pompous
mountains.
Yeah, the Pompous Mountains.
Well, I don't know about the snow, but the Bruins were making it rain with goals last night. Oh, so good.
Here's Corrali controlling a bouncing puck coming in near side, and he scores! Corrali able to walk to the front of the net and backhand it past Comrie, and the Bruins with 3 straight goals have a 3-1 lead.
You hear that? It sounds like someone's applauding with gloves on behind them. Was that Pierce? Play that again. I'm telling you. Is someone applauding?
You can hear mittens?
Corrali controlling a bouncing puck coming in near side, and he scores! Corrali able to walk to the front of the net and backhand it past Comrie, and the Bruins with 3 straight goals have a 3-1 lead.
It's so cold in that arena. Beers is wearing gloves. He's applauding.
That was a very nice Sean Corrali goal last night.
Very nice, Sean. The story, though, is McAvoy. McAvoy, who's still not eating solid foods, played 24 minutes last night.
Yeah, I buried the lead on that one. He did return last night, and he's trying to put the weight back on, but... Yeah, who was it in our chain that was surprised he's not eating solid foods yet? It's like you can't yet, can you?
I don't know.
Not if you can't chew.
Right.
Right. So, by the way, the Bruins are 9th in goals per game, which you never would have thought of in a million years.
No.
They are 4th in power play percentage.
They had 2 power play goals in the first period last night.
Like, it's pretty amazing. At the rate that they're scoring based on the talent of this team.
Think about it, too. I mean, Pastrnak and McAvoy were both just out of the lineup. They finished last night with the 2 skaters short because Aspero and Arvidsson weren't able to finish. You got guys playing extra minutes. I mean, Jonathan Aspero should be a regular defenseman on an NHL team. He's a fringe guy, and over the last 3 weeks, he's contributed. It's incredible. I don't know how they're doing this. I mean, they're supposed to be a great defensive team. It was 3-2 after the first period, so they just said, okay, we'll just outscore this team. It is amazing how well they're playing. And I don't know how it's happening.
So they did get the 6-3 win, and mercifully they'll be able to head much further south for the next game on this road trip when they play the Minnesota Wild on Sunday.
It is south.
Go warm up.
It certainly will. I mean, Minnesota is at least a very nice city.
Balmy.
Listen, it's like America's secret. Minnesota, great. Minneapolis, a great city. Very, very good city. People think it's a flyover city, but the people that live there love it very much.
I would not love it in the winter. You were there for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the hell's the difference between there and here? At least it stays lighter later. I mean, there's a give and take. You can tell me that if you lived in like Miami, but Miami's a hellhole for different reasons. But if you told me like you lived in Los Angeles, I could go, or you lived in San Diego,
it was just a different kind of cold. I don't know, man.
Yeah. But it's like Detroit,
waiting for that Uber, and it's like -8. Like,
it's colder. And look, Detroit's colder than here, but there are trade-offs. Like in Detroit, the sun went down around 5:45. Sun goes down at 4 here. Like there's give and take. We don't live in a paradise weather-wise, is all I'm trying to tell you.
I would still take Boston over Minneapolis. Not just because I grew up here, but because the cold there is, Hardy's right, it's different.
The sun sets
it's really bad.
The sun will set at 4:30 in Minneapolis.
Okay, where does it set in Detroit? If you could look for that for me. That I would be curious because Minnesota's in the central time zone.
5 o'clock.
Yeah. See, I'll take that hour. It was 4:10 here yesterday.
I know, and today, 4:12 today in Boston.
Only
sunset.
9 more days till it turns around and goes the other way.
That's right.
Look at it that way.
Yeah, and then it's great because when we start getting it back, it's after Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
and then the snow comes January and February to kind of block all that light out.
But that's the best though, is that you don't even have Christmas to look forward to. So like you're getting a minute a day back, but it's still like 4:12, 4:13. But there's no Christmas to look forward to. Like you got to think the timing of Christmas, religion aside, because there is some debate about the when Jesus died. You have to think that part of it was winter solstice. Let's do something. Like a festival of lights. Let's do that in the darkest time of the year.
Something to keep you company during the really dark times.
There's got to be some correlation.
Wasn't there some?
That's literally what it is. It was that the Christians took the pagan ritual of solstice and decided, we're going to make this our Christmas.
And you know what? I didn't know that, and I came up with that idea in my head, and I was just proven to be right. And I think that's a sign of intelligence. Thank you, Adam.
You're welcome, Fred.
Substantiating that in my mind. And I hope the audience learned a good lesson there. By the way, the Bruins have won 4 games in a row.
Mm-hmm. I think it's quite a lesson that you didn't know that Christmas was moved around from the time they actually think Jesus was born to the time of the pagan holiday. I thought that was pretty common knowledge.
Well, what Adam did just there was controversial. No, you don't know that, but there are going to be some people that believe in a literal interpretation of the Bible that are going to say, Adam, you heathen, how dare you even suggest that? So I'm straddling the fence here. You understand what I'm saying?
Adam, does the Bible say that Jesus was born on December 25th?
Let me check my pocket edition.
I'd imagine the Bible says that he was born on the 25th.
I don't think that. I don't think so.
Then why would they celebrate the birth of Jesus on the 25th?
I'm just realizing, Hardy, we'll get back into this at 8 o'clock during our Christmas song segment with one of the clips that you chose.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's come back in a moment. Here are the headlines.
Essential Sports Hub headline.
talking about steakhouses, and John has told us on the air he would go to like Abe and Louie's back in the day and like, you know, stand at the bar, and he's like, well, I didn't have that much success. And I'm like, dude, it's impossible.
Yeah. My friends and I used to go a lot, and looking back on it, it was a colossal waste of time.
Nah, but I mean,
for the money we spent in there,
it's a different.
Oh, yeah.
I would imagine. I've never gone there to like try to pick up women. I've never really gone anywhere to try to pick up women, like since, you know, I've been at this age. But like,
except for church.
And touche. I mean, it's a sexy crowd. But I will tell you this:
of this check, ladies.
I'm going to go to church. I'm going to go to church sometime, and then they're going to all be looking at me like, "Who are you after here?" And I'm going to be like, "I swear to God, nobody."
Just holding it up for you, putting the collection plate.
The reverends are fans of the show.
That's right.
These reverends are fans of the show, and they're gonna.
Let's get them on. Let's see how much you gave.
But I'm like, that's got to be impossible to navigate. Like, and just like walking up to women.
I can't imagine, like sitting at a bar waiting for something to happen.
But
like,
a bar is like, is it like you can like when everyone's kind of like that's so crammed like with people, and it's all like people like dressed in like, you know, sport jackets and stuff. Like, it would be very hard to navigate. Listen at the end of this segment for a chance to win a $100 Visa gift card from Valvoline Instant Oil Change. So I was dropping my daughter off, even though it wasn't my day. I was dropping my daughter off at my ex-wife's house, and she goes, I heard you talk about you talked about masturbating on the show. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, I heard about it. And I'm like, okay, you've known me since I've basically been on the radio.
Are you just tuning in for the first time?
Yeah, it was weird. And I'm like, I'm like, okay, like, and she's like, and I'm like, and my kids were there, and I'm like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, and I'm like, why? And she's like, my friend told me. And I'm like, well, what are they like telling on me? And then she's like, no. And I'm like, well, what happened? She's like, well, my friend listened and he thought it was really good. And he was in the car with his kids. And I went, so he thought it was good. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, you didn't present it that way, first of all. And second of all, it's good that his kids were in there. And she goes, that's what he said. And I said, good. I said, that's good. You should hear that open discussion, not feel that shame that I felt at that age.
Yeah, it should be talked about more.
I'm dead serious about it. I wish anyone told me. I felt 5 years, maybe not 5. Yeah, probably 5 years, 4 or 5 years of shame because no one admitted to it. Until I really got to college, no one like admitted that they did it. So I find it, I really wish someone would have saved me a lot of shame. You know, I wish that we didn't get Stern who talked about it.
Yeah.
If I had Stern who talked about it, I would have felt much better about myself.
Briefly here, there was a football game last night. Falcons playing in Tampa Bay. What?
I can't say it. Oh. It's nothing about you guys. Oh. And it's nothing bad about my ex-wife. It's just funny. I'll tell you off here.
All right. Okay. Atlanta up 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, so no problem. We're going to be able to
Tampa up 2 touchdowns.
Excuse me, Tampa up 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, so no problem. Baker Mayfield and the crew, they will put this one away.
Have to play Mayfield to throw from the pocket. Downfield, it's picked. D. Alford came up with the interception.
Uh-oh.
Mayfield dice rolled one. He was trying to go back to Evans. And D. Alford has got his 2nd interception of the year and the 3rd of his career.
I know that guy. He's the play-by-play guy for the Falcons. So article in The Athletic before last night's game about Tampa Bay moving on from Baker Mayfield, that it's time for them to move on from Baker Mayfield. And remember when May immediately was playing well and he was, obviously still is, in the MVP conversation, it was like, nah, Baker would win it right now. Isn't that odd?
That was like 6 weeks ago, right?
Maybe a little bit more, but yeah. Like, I think by the time they played in Tampa, he was kind of out of that conversation a little bit, but maybe I could be wrong. But it is, I think, interesting that they were like, okay, so after Brady, he was perfect. He got him to the playoffs 2 years in a row, but he's just not good anymore.
Well,
but he's also hurt.
Not
so.
when you're being compared to Kirk Cousins as he was last night.
He's wide to the right with Pitts and Sills over there. Robinson and Mooney here to the near side. Snap to Cousins. Tampa brings the pressure. They're throwing for the end zone. It's Pitts. Did he hold on through? Give me a signal, fellas. Touchdown, Atlanta.
That made it 28-26, and all would require is a 43-yard field goal for Atlanta to come from behind.
Snap spot. Kick by Gonzalez. It is good. Fly home safely. Atlanta wins.
Yeah, you lost to the Jets. So, Todd Bowles after the game, if you don't have the audio, it doesn't matter, but he's like, this is on the players. He's like, all of this is on the players, and good for him. He's like, the last 4 games are on the players.
I do have it.
Go ahead.
All right, here we go. Todd?
At this point, you've seen everything in the season. You know, the coaches have done everything they can do. This is a player-driven team in the last 4 or 5 weeks. You got to execute, and they got to hold each other accountable. As a coach, you can sit there till you blue in the face until they start holding each other accountable and doing the little things right, and that's not everybody. Now we're talking about a small select few, but the small select few is what's getting us beat, and until that happens, it's not going to get right. So we got to get up and go to work tomorrow. No matter how bad today looks, you got to put it behind you, and we got to win the last 3 games. We know that.
Well, someone did something wrong with Kyle Pitts because he had 166 yards receiving with 3 touchdowns.
It's interesting you bring that up because this is year 5 for him. He was taken 4th overall in the draft.
Kuiper thought he was like the best player in the history of the world.
He was the 4th overall pick in the draft and has been a massive disappointment his entire career.
Rookie year, he was all right.
He was decent, but he had scored 1 touchdown his rookie year. I mean, he had over 1,000 yards.
Maybe his second year.
1 touchdown. He's never had more than 4 touchdowns in a season. He had 3 last night. I mean, it's about time he actually arrived. Last night he arrived. He played really well. That might be the best game of his career.
Todd Bowles did have an inspiring speech to the locker room.
It's inexcusable. You don't make excuses. You got enough. You got care enough. It got something to you. It's more than a job.
Okay. I have no idea what he's saying, but it didn't sound all that inspiring.
Awfully angry, more than inspiring. I think that was him letting off steam more than leading. That's what it sounded like, anyway.
Yeah, his rookie year, he was pretty good. He played in 14 games. He had 797 yards receiving, 10.9 yards per catch.
1 touchdown, though, right?
4 touchdowns.
Okay. I'm looking at the wrong season.
Oh, no, you're right. Rookie year. He had 1,000 yards receiving his rookie year.
And 1 touchdown.
All right, John, but I mean, he had 1,000 yards receiving.
No,
it's a pretty good rookie year for a tight end.
All I'm saying is he's been more mediocre than good considering where he was drafted. And last night, I watched a little bit of that, and I'm like, oh, there's the guy. That's the guy that was supposed to dominate like this. There he is.
He's an athletic freak. There's really no excuse for him not to be better. All right, Bert Breer's going to come in. Caller number 10 to the contest line, 617-931-0985, will win a $100 Visa gift card from Valvoline Instant Oil Change this holiday season. Valvoline Instant Oil Change is giving you the gift to travel so you can get to all of your holiday events without worrying about the price of gas.
Toucher and Hardy, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
charges released yet after a very bizarre incident a couple of days ago following his firing. He's been in jail ever since. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Rapid Flow Sewer and Drain Cleaning. 'Tis the season for hosting holiday parties, but the last thing you want is a sewer backup at your home or restaurant, so get the permanent fix now. 800-286-FLOW or rapidflowinc.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7:30.
New England plays here.
Down the right side, there's a separation. Touchdown pass. Yes. Perfect dive from Drake May.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
I know. No, you don't know.
Everyone agrees that I'm the only one who's not wrong.
Right or wrong, they're back. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Anytime you're at home and you're an underdog, it's gives you something to play for a little bit. And I think you're really worried about all the whatever the underdog and whatever they set the line at. It's us versus them, regardless of if we put the ball down. It's gonna be 0-0 for 60 minutes. We know we got to play a full game. So we got some great players over there. We got some great coaches, and they've won the division for 5 years. So we got something that we need to go take, and it's gonna be hard to do, but we're up for it.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. Bert Breer is here. He's the senior NFL reporter and lead content strategist from the MMQB. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. First of all, Bert, congratulations on the mess at Michigan.
Everything coming up Ohio State the last couple of weeks.
Well, actually, that's not completely
They
true.
didn't care about that Big Ten championship game. What do they need to win that for? In all honesty, what do they need to win that for? I mean,
The conference title games have become so irrelevant.
no, they beat Michigan, and if they win the national title, who cares if they won the Big Ten? But it's still the number 2 seed. Still favored them in Georgia to win the whole thing. But we were talking about it yesterday. Is that Michigan people more than most present themselves? So Jake Butt was a tight end for Michigan, and he was fine on the air.
But I actually really like him generally.
So this is kind of goes along with what I'm saying. So this isn't like a lunatic or like a dick. This is like a seems like a good guy, and he was like, it does mean something to be a Michigan man, like the academic standards and coming out of here. It might sound corny to you, but it means something, and that's kind of the thing with Michigan is that no matter what befalls them, and the school's a great school. Now, not overly attractive, but a great school. But the athletics is a joke. I mean, the sign stealing scandal, $30 million in fine and penalties. There was a lawsuit against a doctor for sexual abuse that resulted in a $590 million settlement. And other schools have these things, and it's terrible. But Michigan gets them a lot, and they just seem to. Well, that's not reflective of who we are. Well, it's reflective of your athletic programs. And we went over the Fab Five. Something seemed fishy. The Fab Five was Chris Webber, Jalen Rose, Juwan Howard, Ray Jackson, and Jimmy King. They got these 5 elite freshmen, 4 of whom played in the NBA, 3 of whom were great NBA players. One's a Hall of Famer. And they got and by the way, one of them came back to coach.
Yep.
And even though all this happened, and no one said, oh, how'd you get these kids from Texas, Chicago, and the 2 best players maybe in 2 decades from the state of Michigan? And one of whom...
Yeah, you would have been like graduate high school right around the same time.
They're 2 years older than me. So, I went to school with Weber for a while. So Jalen Rose's college coach got an assistant job with Michigan right when Jalen decided to join that team.
Oddly enough.
And Weber could have gone anywhere on the planet. At his games, Krzyzewski would be there and Bob Knight would be there.
That's the thing. Apparently, Duke was really in on him until the very last minute, and then he chose Michigan.
He didn't want to go to Michigan. Everything I've heard about Weber is that he didn't want to go. He certainly didn't want to go to Country Day, and I don't blame him. That place sucks. So horrible. I wouldn't send my kids there. You no matter what they did, you could go. We'll not only pay for it, we'll give you money. I'd never send a kid there. It's a hellhole. I wish I was on the air in Detroit so I could say it, and they would hear it. But they act like they're above all these things, but they consistently cheat. So while it's a great academic institution, it's what are you talking about? Your teams are LSU.
Yep. I've said, me and Hardy have talked about this. I think the places Hardy and I went to school are very similar. And those two schools, Michigan State and Ohio State, are very similar to a lot of the other schools in the Big Ten. And I've said this a lot. Like, those schools, Michigan's in the Midwest, but it's not of the Midwest.
No, it's not Midwestern kids.
Right. It's not Midwestern kids. It's kids from Long Island and California. And it's different than the other schools in that way. And there is this arrogance that, like, I think it's interesting because, like, I mean, 90% of the kids I went to school with were from Ohio. I had cousins that went to Michigan State. Like, Michigan State, 90% of the kids are from Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, people aren't coming from California to go to Michigan State.
Right. So,
well, my roommate was from Guam.
So people would say to me,
touche.
Like, when I say this stuff about Michigan, people are like, well, your school does that too. We don't act like we're above it.
No, Ohio State's a dump.
We don't act.
Yeah.
We don't act like we're. Hey, bro, we're a football factory. We don't make any bones about that. Michigan State is a basketball factory. Like, there was no pretense that Mateen Cleaves and that group were some sort of paragon of higher learning. Like, those guys were there to play basketball.
The kids from Michigan would come to Michigan State. My friends who went there, and I didn't have a ton, but I had a few friends from high school, and they were really more of my friends that I made at Michigan State. Their friends, they had a few who went to Michigan. They would come to East Lansing to have a good time. You're like, yeah, that's what we're here for. Yeah. Come up here. Yeah, don't you guys have to study this weekend? No, just come on up.
Well,
we'll hang out for 3 days.
Izzo runs a clean basketball program. I really believe he does. I don't think that Izzo cheats at all. It's kind of to his detriment in a way. I don't. He's able to keep kids. That's why they're good this year. It's not some outstanding depth of young talent.
But nobody who went to Michigan State is pretending that the basketball program is like a
secondary,
symbol of something higher. You know what I mean? A symbol of something that greater than college sports. And
or by going to Michigan State, other than having a great coach, you're somehow becoming a different kind of man. That there is a Michigan State man. That's and when you
it's such a funny notion.
You put it in parentheses, Michigan State.
I'm still not a man.
Look,
graduated 30 years ago.
Presidents have gone to Michigan. I mean, it's a school where if you come out of it, the network of people is fantastic. It's a great education, but let's not pretend that these teams. And if anyone goes, well, Ohio State cheats. That's not the point.
We don't pretend not to.
But you're all you're not acting like this is this paragon of integrity and we're above all of this stuff.
We're setting the standard for young men in America.
This is what makes it so juicy. It's not like they're doing the same things that Michigan State and Ohio State do. They're worse. There's more scandals. There's more stuff going on.
Michigan State had its own terrible scandals.
Ohio State has
Larry
too.
Nassar thing.
Ohio State had a documentary done about some. So I'm not pretending that my school is
right,
but we don't pretend to be.
No,
you know what I mean?
Like Urban Meyer was kind of like a bad guy. I mean, he was letting a lot go, and that ended up manifesting itself in real world problems for these guys after they got out of. I mean, they became criminals. A lot of them, they were criminals in college. It was covered up, and then they became criminals in their real life. It did. The handling of Aaron Hernandez, not Aaron.
Oh
Hernandez.
no! I'm trust me, I'm not defending any of that. That is what it is. All that stuff's out there, and it's just. But we didn't pretend that when Urban Meyer was hired, it wasn't to come in and uphold some sort of
not to clean up the program,
some sort of mythical standard. So he was brought in to win national championships.
So Jake Butt says
Jim Harbaugh was into reestablish what a Michigan man is.
And then Jake Butt said that he said guys take college coaching jobs because they want to mentor youth and make boys into men, and you're going no. That's what they used to push about Schembechler. He'd hit kids because he loved them. That thing. But no, this all goes back to Schembechler, that whole Michigan man thing. And they were always,
if you remember,
they always were awful.
It was I think the origin of it was the Steve Fisher thing, right? when was it Frieder? Was that the name of the
Bill
coach?
Frieder was
Bill
the
Frieder
coach.
was
And
the guy.
he left before the tournament,
and
like
then
and
Fisher
then he,
won the tournament.
right?
Yeah,
and then
with him.
but Schembechler, I think he took the Arizona State job, and then Schembechler wouldn't let him coach in the tournament.
Yes.
And Schembechler said, a Michigan man will coach Michigan. And I think that's how the whole thing started.
Right,
So
and
it's
that
not
was-
even like something from the 20s. It's from like 1989.
That was like that Gary Grant and in Ramil Robinson. Not Gary
Glenn
Grant.
Rice.
That was Glenn
Right,
Rice
Glenn
and
Rice,
Ramil
yeah.
Robinson and like all those guys. That was a great team.
Yeah.
And I loved that team. And you had to love the Fab Five when they were there. It was fun.
Yeah.
But
They were like trendsetters, and if Michigan people would just accept like what that was, which was like, hey, we broke a bunch of rules to bring in the players to come in to win basketball, but no, it can't. Like it's got to be something
Right.
greater than that, and it's not.
And
It's
I
not.
and I
it's
find
just
it,
like everybody else.
like I know for a fact, like to play sports at BC is enough of a pain in the ass, grades wise. Where like I'm sure they make
Oh, it's hard to
accommodations
get
and
kids.
stuff.
I know guys who coach there. It's hard to get guys in there.
Exactly, but there is like a set of standards that's hard to harder. Where I could see if you're a kid, and they go, okay, you can get in, but this has to happen, and we can help you do this, but this has to happen. Just going, I don't want to deal with it. And if you got,
there are schools like that. Northwestern's like that. Stanford's like that. I think Virginia, to a degree, is like that. Like, so there are schools
Right.
where it actually is difficult to get people in.
and there's no way Michigan's like
And
that.
Michigan's not like that
No,
because you
there's
can't.
no way.
Because Michigan, you can't compete at that level without bending the academic standards.
Exactly.
You just can't.
I think you can. Duke, at least in other sports, has an. I don't know about basketball. I can't write that off that they might have a bit of a standard for basketball.
Basketball's easier though because it's way less people.
Yes, exactly. And that's the thing is that like in order to have like some hot ass football team, you know, like really perennially good, you have to lower those academic standards because again, kid wants to play professional football. He's going to get NIL money now, right? Mm-hmm. What's easier if he's got three random schools, Arizona, Oregon, and BC. It's just whatever, right? And you go, okay, it's all equal money, but I like BC a lot, but they're saying that I have to do this well on the SAT or something of that nature. Now, they can help me do that, and they can like get me in that, but I can just take the money and go to Oregon.
I'm 17. Right. I'm 18 years old. What are you going to choose?
Well,
seriously.
And here's the other thing too. Like, is like, if you're BC, how many of those kids can you actually get into? You might be able to make an exception for one,
right?
But you can't have a whole class full of them.
Well, I
just
gave you a reason. Like they could even say your grade point average has to be this. Now we can work with your high school and and make this stuff like kind of try to float this through. But a kid, again, that's got 5 other offers isn't going to go, yeah, let's go do that. I want to play here so badly, you know?
Right. And I mean, they hired Rich Rodriguez, if you remember, who had just got done coaching Pac-Man Jones at West Virginia.
He also had his own problems after he left Michigan with having relationships that were inappropriate with staff.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Rich Rodriguez, who they fired right away because he was a terrible coach.
Just and for the basketball football thing, is there consideration given when they're admitting basketball players with the notion that, look, you still have to get in to some degree, but it's not like, especially with the really top level recruits, we know you're not going to be here for 4 years. So we only have to keep this charade going for a year or two.
That's once you're in school, though, but to get into school, there's no way Michigan does it.
I mean, it's just,
for football, there's no way because it's you know when it's a pain in the. I'll tell you, there are schools where it's like, I mean, this is obvious, but Ivy League schools, you'll get in with grades far worse than kids that wouldn't play that sport. Like that, like
right.
Yale and Harvard.
But we're talking about like having a 3.8 versus a.
No, we're talking about like having a 3.0.
Zoe swears he got accepted to Harvard.
Okay,
he wanted to play football there. Does that?
Zoe's got a photographic memory.
But smart
in some ways.
Easy.
But
so does have like some.
I'll tell you this
that
though.
That was a treat for the YouTube viewers right there. That was really good.
I don't think you need a 3.8 to play sports in the Ivy League, but I do think you need at least a 3.0, and I do think that and I know there's a minimum on the SAT,
right?
Because
there are
a bunch of kids around here, believe me, Yale wants kids. Like, they want kids for their programs. And I know kids around here who have, like, explored that. And they're willing to take you. There's no way in a trillion years. Wait, Bert, hang on. There's no way in a trillion years that these kids would ever get into Yale. And they have an opportunity to go based on their athletic performance. But there are minimums that you have to hit that are not easy. Like, they're not, like, super easy.
Yeah.
Like, you have to try in school and do well on the SAT. So that's what. In some schools, you don't even need the SAT.
That's also a sliding scale, though. Like, I know people who've coached at those places who will say, we may be able to get 5 kids in or 6 kids in or in a 20-person recruiting class that are exceptions. Like, the whole class can't be exceptions. So then what it becomes is a matter of how good you are, right? Because those 5 exceptions aren't going to be the 5 worst players in the class. Right. They're going to be the 5 best players.
But compared to kids nationally, the 5 best players that those programs get are not going to be in the conversation for generally power conference schools. I mean, the lower ones maybe. But because basically if you go to one of those schools, you're saying, I'm going here to get in and get the education. I'm not going in here to, and the hardest thing about getting into an Ivy League, hardest thing about getting a degree from an Ivy League school is
getting in.
Exactly.
Yep.
And everyone will tell you that. We've got many emails from Ivy League grads around here who have backed that up. All right, look, Bert's here. That's enough with the college football, but the Michigan story is fascinating. Apparently he did.
Arraignment this morning, I believe.
Yeah, apparently the rumors were true. The coach did go in with a knife into the woman who he was having a relationship and threatened to kill her and himself. He is not being held in custody, like jailed. He's surrounded by doctors. So he's had a mental breakdown, and they haven't even.
What's that like, Fred?
Oh well,
hold as opposed to the actual jailed confinement.
Light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay.
Yeah, when on all my run-ins with the law, where they put me in against my will into facilities, which there have been many.
Huskow v. the Puzzle Factory.
No, he's not in a puzzle factory. He's in jail, but he's surrounded by mental health professionals. He's had a mental breakdown. Is basically what's happened. All right, Bert Breer is here. We will get into the big game this Sunday and everything else in just a moment.
Stay tuned for more Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
golden ticket I've gotten.
There you have it. Toucher and Hardy resumes on the Sports.
I just got here, so I mean, again, I know that they've won the division 5 years in a row. I don't think there's really much of a rivalry for those years. Maybe not. I don't know. I wasn't paying any attention to it.
Disaster. What do you make of Todd Bowles saying it's on the players?
Yeah, I think, that's always not a great sign when you're in the midst of a collapse like this. They've lost 5 of 6 now. And this is a team I think a lot of us, I'll throw myself in this group, viewed them as a threat to get to the Super Bowl and Baker Mayfield as a MVP candidate. And, Todd Bowles' job security's come up the last couple of years, and he's been able to pull the Bucs from the fire, and they've won the division now 4 years in a row. This is a critical point for him. I think that there's a chance that job comes open. They need to win their division, and so right now they're a game back of the Panthers, which is wild considering what I think we all thought of the Panthers coming into the year. And you look at the rest of the Bucs schedule now. They play the Panthers twice, and then they have the Dolphins. And if the Bucs are who we all thought they were coming into the year, they should be able to sweep that. On the other hand, they just lost to the Saints and Falcons in a 5-day stretch.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So, clearly, this is, I think a critical spot, not obviously for their season, but I think also for the future of the franchise.
Yeah, there was an article in The Athletic about getting rid of Mayfield, which if, a few weeks into the season, if that was the plan, you would have thought
crazy.
It would have sounded crazy.
Yeah, and he's going, next year's the last year of his contract. So there has been a lot of talk that this was obviously going to be the time when they were going to extend him. If they've got a new coach, does any of that change? I think, it leads to a lot of questions if the collapse keeps going. Again, that's 5 losses in 6 games. That's 6 losses in 8 games. It started with
Patriots, right?
No, it started with a loss to the Lions. The 2-6 stretch, the 1-5 stretch started with a loss to the Patriots.
Coming off the
2-6.
Yeah.
So, but the 2 wins that they have over their last 8, which is a 2-month span, are over the Saints and Cardinals.
Yeah, so much for that big Tampa win by the Patriots, huh? Fool's gold. All right, so here we go. Patriots, Buffalo on Sunday. We'll do the exercise with you we've done with everyone.
Yep.
We'll just say, obviously, if the Patriots win this game, they look. It would be hard to argue they're the most complete team in the AFC just based on performance. Let's just say that's true, because I want to get into this. So, if they lose and it's close, does that change your impression of the Patriots and their going forward this season?
No, because that's kind of what I expect. I think Buffalo is playing better. They're not completely healthy, but they've gotten healthier. I don't believe they had Kincaid the first time you played them, right? So having Kincaid in there is going to be a difference maker. They don't have Oliver back yet. They may get him back for the playoffs. That's a moving target. But one thing Buffalo has done well lately, and this is just over the last month, but if you really drill down on the way that they've won these games, and I'm pulling up the actual particulars on this, they have finished very strong. And I think that finishing kick, and I know this is great radio, listening to me search my file for it. So their wins over the Bucs, the Steelers, and the Bengals, 3 teams that I think are pretty good teams. They finished the game against the Bucs with a 23-6 run. They finished the game against the Steelers with a 23-0 run. And then they finished the game on Sunday against the Bengals with a 21-6 run. So they've been able in each of those situations to play in a competitive game, fall behind, come back, and run the other team off the field. And I think so much of that has to do with the quarterback, who is just an otherworldly player. Yeah, this is a real challenge. And, I think you've got Buffalo's attention in a way that you didn't in September.
Okay, so what happened? What is your impression of the Patriots then if they lose by more than a touchdown? If in the middle of the fourth quarter the game's kind of decided?
Yeah, I want to give them some grace if that were to happen, because at some point you stub your toe, and they've been so consistent. And so if that were to happen, I wouldn't be completely out on them. I try to be like level-headed about all of this, and I would say like if they lose, it sort of depends how it happens, right? Like if it's a handful of things that we thought were going to be problems that may have been covered up by the schedule, then like that might like materially affect.
Do you see those things with them? Do you see some things that might have been?
Yeah,
covered
I mean,
up
I still
schedule?
don't like. I still I still wonder. Like, so if they go up against Houston, like, how are they going to get guys open? Do they have guys who can win one-on-one against Houston? And if that doesn't happen, like, do they have the line that's going to hold up, that's going to give Drake time to allow for the receivers to uncover? So there's a bunch of those questions that haven't been answered because I just don't think they've played that level of competition yet.
Do you have questions about the defense similarly, about, especially when you consider some of the offensive juggernauts that they faced?
So for example, like if you have a quarterback who can buy time, which the quarterback that they're facing this week can do, right? Like, and so if you've got a guy who can extend the play, is the pass rush going to be able to get to him quick enough? Are you going to be able to hold the guy in the pocket? Like, because you still like. Josh Allen still made plays against them, like back in September.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there are some questions about the defense. I'd be interested to see, again, like, against a high-level quarterback, does the pass rush become a problem? I think they're good on the back end. Like, and I would have said that to you coming into the year with Gonzalez and Carlton Davis and Marcus Jones. Like, I think that they're really good on the back end. There are still some questions in the front seven that I think, a good team can expose.
It seems we've talked to a couple.
But just to finish my one thought on that too, like where I said, like if it's like a handful of things that we thought were going to be problems that they've been able to cover up because of the schedule, that would be different than like, all right, like, Drake May throws a couple of picks, and he has that game. You know what I mean? Like that probably wouldn't change the way that I think about them as much as if, oh my God, all of a sudden they're here.
They get exposed.
That were exposed,
yes.
right? Yeah.
You talk about how Drake may not be able to score points because the pass rush might get to him. Whatever the case may be, we've talked to a couple of different people during the week, and they seem to think that both teams are going to score a lot of points this coming Sunday. And I'm wondering, because Buffalo's beat up a little bit in the secondary, I mean, I think the Patriots can score points on this defense and put pressure on Josh Allen to score points throughout the afternoon.
Yeah, so this is going to be interesting, too, because Mahomes has had problems with the Bills. And I think, like one thing that McDermott is good at, and like I think that the Babich and their defensive staff have been good at, is they have, what I think they would refer to as kitchen sink games. And like what they've been able to do a good job with a quarterback that has some similarities to yours in Mahomes,
which is not a bad comparison,
by just throwing a lot at him, right? And it's like every play he's got to figure it out, and it's like I'll be interested to see what they throw schematically at Drake May and how they try to exploit the left side of the line. We'll see if Jared Wilson's out there, but if he is out there, I'd assume he'd be hobbled a little bit, and then Verdarian Lowe. Like now you're talking about a team that's had a couple weeks to scout it and like look at it and say, okay, like this is how we're going to attack the left side of their offensive line. And I think that part of it, like I'm really interested to see because Sean McDermott is, and I don't want to bore anybody with history here, but he's a Jim Johnson guy, which means he's got blitzing in his history, and we've seen them come after people before in spots, and like I wonder how they attack the left side of the offensive line to try to get to Drake.
Especially because they're the first team to see Drake May a second time this season. They have that tape from earlier.
What does Jim Johnson guy mean?
Jim Johnson was Andy Reid's defensive coordinator in Philly.
Did anyone else know that?
No, I did not know that.
Jesus Christ.
I thought
well, that was why I said I didn't want to bore anybody with the history.
Know that.
No. Just when you give a name and you think I would know, I sometimes like to ask because I don't know. And if I don't know, I'd like to think the audience doesn't know. But maybe
the audience probably doesn't know. But Jim Johnson was like the defensive coordinator. He passed away tragically, but like was the defensive coordinator for Andy Reid in Philadelphia when they were winning at a very high level. And like they were a super aggressive defense, and that's Sean McDermott's background. That's where he came up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now
All right.
you
And
know.
so you like Buffalo in this
I like
game.
Buffalo in a close one. Like I think like I will say this. Like I think way more of the Patriots than I did 2 months ago. Like I think they're a good team. I think they're a balanced team. I still don't think the roster's there yet. Again, maybe I'm proven wrong in the playoffs, but the quarterback has played at a historic level. I think the coaching staff's done a fantastic job. Their play style's there. I still think there are things you can exploit, but I think Buffalo is capable of finding a gear that I'm not sure the Patriots are quite capable of matching.
Okay, so if you're keeping track at home, 2 local guys that we've asked, like the Patriots, the 2 national guys, like the Bills. You think it's a high-scoring game?
Yeah, I would say.
You don't have to give a number, but do you think it will be a high-scoring?
If I had to pick it, I would say relatively high-scoring. Like I'd say, like if I had to pick it right now, I'd say Bills 27, Patriots 24, something like that.
Okay. So that seems pretty standard.
A lot of 3-point spreads out there as high as 38, 35, I think.
That was Christopher Price.
Price.
Yeah, so I do like getting people's opinion because it is such a litmus. Because if the Patriots win this game, oh boy.
Yeah.
I mean, then you're
hype machines in high gear.
Well, no, not only, but well deserved. I mean, if now there's nothing else you have to do.
It's not hype anymore.
No, it's not. You've done it. Yeah, there's you can ask nothing more of this team.
The other thing that's sort of interesting too about this one that I don't know enough people have talked about is like McDermott's now seen, like has background with like competing against Josh McDaniels that other teams in the division don't have because of how long he's been around. Because he was here from 17 to 21, so he coached against the McDaniels offense with Brady. He coached against the McDaniels offense with Cam. He coached against the McDaniels offense with Mac. And now he's got experience coaching against the McDaniels offense with Drake. So he's got more background competing against them than almost anyone.
Okay. Bert's going to stick around for one more break. We'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines. I always think this is the end of, I like this song. I always think it's the end of WKRP in Cincinnati, though. Which, if you go back and watch, the end of WKRP in Cincinnati kind of rules. Like when they're playing the credits, and they let them ride. Mm-hmm. The end credits were as long as the beginning credits.
I don't remember. You're saying it's a better song than Baby, If You've Ever Wondered.
Yeah, it's not a like a intro song. It's like a real song that they play to end the it's like obviously by some band. Like it's that was around back then. It's kind of cool, you know? And everything Howard has been touched. Turned to gold. I mean, look at what happened to Head of the Class when he left. And they put some like Welsh guy in there. I mean, come on. I can't understand what he's saying.
The closing theme to WKRP was a hard rock number composed and performed by Jim Ellis, an Atlanta musician who recorded some of the incidental music for the show.
Oh. So it wasn't a real song.
So he didn't have lyrics for the closing theme, so he sang nonsense words to give an idea of how it would sound, and they decided to use the words anyway.
Okay.
Well, it's at the end of the show. I wasn't digging into the lyrics, but that's probably why I thought it wasn't. Like a being a slog in a lost season. Girl coming back gives a glimmer of hope. I'm in there? And perhaps I bet you chases them. My voice is playing over that.
Oh, you know what? I got something. Yeah, I've got something playing here. Hold on for a second. I pulled a Wallach. I didn't mute my tab.
It doesn't really matter. Yeah, like at the end of the show, I thought this was pretty cool.
But now you hear it, it is gibberish.
Yeah, man, it was on for like 30 seconds. I don't know. I liked it at the time. I don't want to like listen to it in my car, but I did enjoy it. All right, Bert, who is the best team in the NFL right now?
The Rams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any conversation? Like, are the Packers in that conversation? Is Seattle in that conversation?
I think Seattle's right there. Seattle has done a really nice job of building the last couple of years. It's actually a huge part of it was like the return they got in the trade for Russell Wilson, where they hit on a bunch of picks. And so now, like, you look at Jackson Smith and Jigba, Charles Cross, the running backs, they have Walker and Charbonnet. On defense, Witherspoon and Byron Murphy. Like, they've kept hitting on draft picks. And, like, I guess the question would be, like, how Darnold's going to perform when we get to the playoffs. But he's played pretty well on balance, and they turned the ball over a bunch against the Rams and still were toe-to-toe with them in L.A. They play a week from yesterday in Seattle. So we'll learn a lot about them there. I think the Packers, again, like the Packers when they put it all together are really impressive. You guys, I'm sure, saw it on Sunday against the Bears. And Jordan Love's starting to play really well. I think I'm out on the Eagles. It doesn't look like that's going to come.
What's going on with Hurts? Like, is there?
Well, this is what happens when you put too much on him. Like that. I mean, that's what it is. Like, it's like he can be really productive as a part of your running game and a guy who is throwing the ball off the running game. But if you're asking him to drop back and win the game for you, like that's not really him. And the Eagles all year, if you've watched them, they've played really well on defense. But the margin for error isn't the same as it was last year when Saquon Barkley was rushing for 2,000 yards. They're not as dominant on their offensive line. They've been without Lane Johnson the last couple of weeks, which has really hurt them. He's one of the most valuable linemen in all of football. And so, like, the equation for them is a little bit different, where if the offense starts turning the ball over, it's hard to win games that way, where it's just your defense, because their defense has played great. But I would say, like, I think the Rams are the likeliest team to come out of the NFC. And then in the AFC, I'm almost like at the point now where I think the team with the highest ceiling might be Houston. And I know that sounds crazy. It sounds nuts, right?
It does, yeah.
But, like, they have...
This year, who's the best team
their
right
ceiling,
now?
I mean, the best team right now, I think, is Denver, with the Patriots right there with them, with Buffalo right there with them. Like, okay. I think that those, to me, like, as far as, like, when you're talking about the totality of the year, Buffalo's been a little inconsistent, but I think they've come out of that. And so right now, I'd say Buffalo, New England, Denver are probably the most dependable teams, where we stand right now. Houston's the one with the ceiling, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Houston's the one where if Stroud starts to make plays a little bit more consistently, like they're relying in rookies in key spots. Like, their left tackle's a rookie. Their number 2 receivers are a rookie. Their running back's a rookie. Their offensive coordinator's a rookie. You know what I mean? Like, it's his first year calling plays, Nick Caley. So, like, if Ursary, like, continues to get better at left tackle, if Higgins continues to be a real threat opposite Nico Collins, if Marks continues to be a force, which he has been the last few weeks, in Joe Mixon's old spot, then Stroud starts playing better.
Yeah.
That defense, like, some of the plays they made against the Chiefs were outrageous. Like, the picks, like the pick that Petrie had. Do you guys see that one?
We don't remember, but yeah. So, we know they're a great defense. Now, look, and to finish things up, Denver, they finish. Their schedule's really tough. So they got the Packers at home this Sunday. Then they're home against the Jaguars, at the Chiefs, and home versus the Chargers.
Yep.
Realistically, how successful? Let's say the last game matters against the Chargers. How successful do you think they can be over those 4 games? Because that directly influences the Patriots.
Yeah.
Where if you
tough
don't
to run the table.
Yeah.
And I think, like, one reason why I'm really excited to see the Packer game on Sunday is because, I like that. To me, I think it's going to be a good litmus test of where, like, the home field advantage is going to be. I think home field advantage is really across the league right now isn't close to what it used to be. I think it's what the ticket brokers have done to it. I think it's like the crowd's becoming increasingly corporate because the price of tickets has gone into the stratosphere. There are very few teams that I think have home field advantage. Buffalo, I think, does. That's an old stadium where the fans are right on top of you. And Denver used to have a great home field advantage because of the altitude, because of the noise, all of that. But it's been 10 years since they've played in games like this, right? So I'm interested to see what that looks like on Sunday with maybe their biggest home game. Like, this is as big a home game as they've had maybe since Peyton Manning was the quarterback, So, like, what does that look like for the Packers?
Is it bigger than the Rams home game at the same time on Sunday against the Lions? We got an amazing slate this weekend.
Yeah,
really.
It's a really good slate of football this weekend.
There might be more Detroit people than LA people in that.
Well, that's a gift. There might be
more Raiders fans here than Rams fans.
Yeah, I don't think that there's any question. The NFC Championship game in San Francisco was half Lions fans. Listen, Lions fans are milking this thing. They're getting every last drop of this they can. This nectar that is eluded them for generations is. Yeah, that's going to be a Lions crowd.
That's a great game, though. Like, I think that and the Lions look like they started to get their crap together against the Cowboys last week. So,
well, off the air, we will end with this, but this is just off the air. Yesterday, I said, who do you think that, or last week, I said, who do you think that the Lions miss more, Ben Johnson or Aaron Glenn? And you said Ben Johnson, but they're scoring a lot of points. Like they're scoring like a lot of points. Yeah. So I'm just I found that answer to be interesting.
I think it's just like the creativity in the run game. Like when they had been there, and I think you're seeing it with the Bears now. There's like an element, like I think that Ben Johnson gave them of they could turn the game into whatever they wanted to turn it into, right? Like, and how consistently they were able to run the ball. They can still run it really well. Obviously, Gibbs is having an unbelievable year, but how consistently physical they were in the run game when Ben Johnson was the coordinator there. Like
just 44 points, 34 points, 44
right.
points, 24 points, 37 points, 34 points, 38 points, 52 points.
Right.
Like they're scoring.
They are. Yeah.
I mean, they're scoring a lot of points. I mean, there have been games where they've struggled.
That was what it was last year too, though.
No, I know,
and
but I'm just saying
they're up again. Like they lost Branch, they lost Arnold. Like they have like the injury issues they had.
I don't think they might not make the playoffs. I'm just saying their offense and. If you look at Goff and Stafford statistics up against each other, they're almost identical, with Goff being better in some ways.
Goff gets no...
It's just amazing how little people like him.
A lot of people don't want... Like, a lot of people just can't wrap their head around the idea of, like, Goff is, like, top 25% quarterback. Like, he is... Like, how many quarterback... Like, again, I asked this question before. I think we did come up with an answer, but it's, like, it's pretty rare that you have a guy that's brought two different franchises... to conference championship games, and both those franchises were terrible.
Well, people are knocking Mendoza because they compare him to Goff, and they're knocking him as a guy. And I think people are doing the same thing.
That's the right comp too.
People are doing the same thing with the Patriots. Is that they came in with a certain set of expectations for the team, and they can't let those go.
He's got the ask it, Hardy. Ask it. I know you want to.
We have to break, and John, of course, doesn't want to go to it. All right, Bert. Thank you so much. MMQB.
We'll get that off the air, I guess.
We'll be back in just a moment.
for the local teams on the road. The Bruins produced the victory. They're fourth in a row, 6-3 in Winnipeg. They scored a pair of power play goals in the first period to take the lead and never gave it back. David Pastrnak, 2 goals and 2 assists. Charlie McAvoy, an assist in over 24 minutes of ice time in his return to the lineup. The Bruins road trip ends in Minnesota on Sunday night. In Milwaukee, the Bucks beat the Celtics 116-101. Celtics scored 67 points and had the lead at halftime against a team that was without Giannis Antetokounmpo, but Jaylen Brown saw his side miss a lot of shots after that.
Can't take games for granted. Anything can happen on any given night. Just because we have had some success doesn't mean we have the privilege of coming in and just not winning the margins and kind of casually going through the game. We got to have the right mindset no matter what.
Brown scored 30 points, but the Celtics missed 16 straight threes to start the third quarter. Kyle Kuzma, 31 points for the Bucks, and that snaps the Celtics' 5-game winning streak. They're back home to play Detroit on Monday. Patriots are without Terrell Jennings and Harold Landry at practice yesterday. They host Buffalo on Sunday. On Thursday Night Football, Tampa Bay blew a 28-14 fourth quarter lead and lost to Atlanta 29-28. And former University of Michigan head football coach Sharon Moore will be arraigned this morning. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the 99 Restaurants. Celebrate the season at the Nines with delicious holiday menu specials like the creamy lobster carbonara or the baked stuffed shrimp and lobster combo. You gotta love the Nines. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 8:30.
If you've got the app, you've got Toucher and Hardy to wake you up no matter where you are.
Or who may or may not have been to jail.
Get the app. The 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
And we're back. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy, and we are in the YouTube. We're on the YouTube, live on YouTube. I don't know if our friend Blind Scott's in there today, but nonetheless.
He was in before the show even started this morning. He's in there now.
I haven't looked.
We like that. We're big fans of that.
Oh, that's up to him. I don't really have any opinion on that. I will tell you this, is that it being Christmas time, have been getting a lot of requests for things, and I can't find the email right now because Blind Scott is very all over this thing. But we got an email saying, what about Basil Marceau? Basil Marceau was a candidate for some form of office that I can't recall, and can you still play it? And it said, of course we can still play Basil Marceau if it makes you happy. Basil Marceau is, when we did some more digging on him, on his own, came up with his own Christmas songs.
Basil Marceau is described as a perennial candidate and multiple occasions has run for state and federal public office in the state of Tennessee.
Now, strangely enough, he doesn't win, and he doesn't make a lot of sense, but he does make a good Christmas song. And ladies and gentlemen, for you, as our gift to you this holiday season, here is our friend Basil Marceau. We can play you some of his song right now.
You have that in your vote. You've got them all in your hotspot.
All right.
So
well,
fire at will.
This is conquered ground. But if you would like to hear Basil, welcome back.
What you gonna get me come Christmas? I think I already know. I shot the mistletoe.
He shot the mistletoe.
Yeah, he was not happy with all the kisses he was getting.
No, he wasn't getting any, so he just shot it. He was like, enough.
Yeah.
If you're not going to kiss me while I'm under this mistletoe, I'll take care of this with my 45.
Even though it's early December, I know we'll be putting up lights come Christmas. We'll be baking a ham, boiling the jam.
John, you'll be oiling cans too. You know what I'm saying? Better for the smacking. Get some lubrication on there. Pop, 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 pop. Make them clap.
Marceau denied rumors he was intoxicated after campaign video was filmed. He stated his speech was slurred because he only has 3 teeth. And the news program's producers forced him to modify and shorten his statement as he was delivering it.
Well, I mean, now you can't run for office if you're missing almost all your teeth.
That's discrimination right there.
Well, I would say it is.
Yeah.
That's big tooth.
Can't do that.
That's big dentist coming after people again. The corporate man wins again, tries to interfere with our elections.
Gonna be a night to remember. Post Christmas turns me on. Too many days and too many nights till Christmas Eve. Don't forget the very best gifts come free.
And Barso, Basil would like you to remember that the best gifts are free. So just keep that in mind. Come the 25th.
How's about a hint for Christmas?
How about a ham for Christmas?
Yeah, he's already oiled the can.
All the secrets you keep, waiting so bittersweet. I know it's early December, but I get so carried away. Oh, I guess I'll have to wait until Christmas, dancing by the brass band.
Waiting for you to go in the hole to put the lotion on your skin.
Oh, sugar plum, it'd be grand. It's gonna be a night to remember, because Christmas turned me on.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you're the lady he's singing to, fear.
Yeah.
I can imagine is the
He's
only
not
emotion.
shackled by the need to rhyme either, which I like.
Well, he rhymes ham with stuff.
Yeah, but
I believe she's in the music video for this one, so he did something to win her over.
Yeah, it's Bobby Brown from the Cherry Pie
That's right,
video.
exactly.
Well, I would say that song is for everybody, but there are some specific selections here on this Christmas and holiday music theme section of the program here, where the songs get a little more specific for you, Fred, and you, John. So we can move on if you want to, Fred.
Sure.
You love the ska music.
Oh,
insistent upon it
often
to the point where didn't you have a ska band play at your wedding?
I did. I had the Toasters play at my wedding, $30,000.
Which I'm sure you enjoyed.
Not 30 grand,
and
10 grand.
Maybe no one else. But here's a ska Christmas song for you.
Yeah, skibbity bells are ringing.
See, skibbity. That's a ska thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was unaware of that.
Here's something fun. They take a lot of current day phrases and terms and throw them into this. You'll hear them.
Yeah, there are some issues in the genre. I will tell you that they're not the greatest. A lot of times, these bands can fail. They're not all metaphysicalies. They're not all that.
Skibbity bells are ringing. Snow dripping, rooftops drippy and gleaming. We got Riz in the air. Spread that cheer. It's a jet-sized holiday. We slay all year.
Truer words were never spoken.
That's the music you love.
And I'm really I could see myself being a fan of this band's almost entire catalog. This is probably the only misstep they've ever made.
Should we tell them now? 12.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's AI.
Yeah, it's pretty much mostly AI.
All right. Well, there you go. Well, that makes me feel a little bit better.
The whole world, though, loves country. So this is back to something else.
Is this
here.
AI or is this?
No,
this is
that
real.
was the only. There were a ton of AI ones, but there wasn't. Oh, and Hardy, I sent you sent you an email with the order that Fred has these in because we did shift things around a little bit.
I know the order.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you knew.
All right. So
this is Dan and Shay. This is Long Live Christmas, but. As you know, these genres have been blending and bending, so they throw a little something extra at you in this Dan and Shay country, but not completely country Christmas song.
A random, okay.
Well, have you ever met a girl named Abby, Gail, or Hannah that wasn't like super hot?
Well, that's of course a shout out to Hannah from the Riot Girl band. What was that band with Hannah in it? Adam.
Oh, Bikini Kill.
Yeah, it's a big Bikini Kill fan.
Real trees, fake trees, big and small.
Why fake treats, you communists? Now you're losing me. And why grilled cheeses? We just learned it's about boiling a ham. You've got water boiling. You're not going to throw it. You're not going to be throwing a ham in there. You're part of the problem. I think this is a Trojan horse to get people to cancel Christmas.
All right. Let's move on. Fred, back to something here for you. Not specifically a Christmas song, but based on your recent activities, I think you're going to be hearing more music like this as you venture out on your Sunday activities. And
yeah, when I went to church last Sunday,
that's
which you
right.
do not like.
I'm trying to understand you and feed you some music here that I think you'll like. The Fields, I Fought from Meals, he's saying the Bible is real and it gets attacked by pseudo-Christians.
Yeah, pseudo-Christians. I'm looking at one right next to me.
We couldn't find the full clip of this song. This is a pieced together version, but it hits all the high spots.
Yeah, but he releases the clip in this.
Yeah,
like he empties the clip in this thing. Age Christians are everywhere now.
Tell you that.
There's like 12 people on stage for this praise band, by the way, and the main dude is is it his real hair, Hardy, or is it like a Roger Daltrey
I don't know, but
wig?
It kills me that he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's got the Union Jack shirt on.
And it's also you're just bitching about nonsense. Like there's not enough. Like what are you just bitching? Is this at a church?
Yes.
Yes, it's a praise band.
It's the new age waste cans,
which is a huge problem right now, where all these new age Christians running around new age and everything up. Like, what are you doing today? I'm going to go to church. What do you want to do? I want to hear someone complain and bitch about nonsense for an hour. This is time well spent.
To the tune of Baba O'Reilly.
Yeah. When it said Baba, I thought it was going to be some kind of Rick thing.
I don't know how much we're going to get of this metal Christmas song. It reminds me of sitting in a car with a buddy of mine after a meeting one day, and he's like, "Hey, I'm producing this metal band. You're in rock radio. Would you listen to this?" And this is what it sounds like.
Well, I can see it starts with a dirge visually. In fact, it's like a Mannheim Steamroller situation with
That's Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yeah, my bad.
All right. How about one for John?
Oh,
John loves the novelty.
Well, it is novel for him, as coming straight from Camp Young Judean to the most goyish household of the history of mankind.
This is an artist you're probably familiar with, John, Dr. Coconut.
Oh, no, not familiar with Dr. Coconut. I thought we were going Big Frida on the people.
You don't know Dr. Coconut's Silly Merry Christmas?
Oh, no.
Well, this sounds like something right up your alley. You do love silly songs.
Let's play this.
Let's have a really silly, truly silly.
It's going to be silly. What are you doing this Christmas? I don't know, something silly. Wearing reindeer horns or some ass. I don't know, throwing some fake vomit on the ground, just being goofs. Just putting our fingers in little Chinese finger traps and say, what are you doing?
Squirting poinsettia. You didn't see that one coming.
This one's going to be nuts. It's going to be real silly. I'm going to slip on a banana peel. It's going to be the whole 9 yards. Don't take it so serious this year. Take some pressure off. Just get nuts.
Happy Silly Merry Christmas, everyone.
What do we have for stockings? Don't worry about it. It's fun. Just put pantyhose up there. Why not?
Let's have a really silly, truly silly, super silly. It's a dilly, very silly Christmas.
The whistle, John. The whistle lets you know it's silly, doesn't it?
I just see Fred Willard at the organ doing this, throwing plates, honking horns.
Oh.
You know what I see is like a battered, like drunken musician. And he's like, we got to crank out some novelty crap.
Dr. Coconut?
Any ideas,
No.
Dr. Coconut? Silly.
Yeah.
Rhyme it with dilly.
Very silly Christmassy day. Oh, let's be really silly, really seriously silly, really seriously.
Now get in my van. All right, there's time for one more.
Well, let's go with the British rap genre.
Oh, Adam's favorite. Adam loves British rap. All right, here we go.
Feel jolly through the winter, eat apples, drink your wine. Feel jolly and happy, it's Christmas time. Snowmen, snowflakes, trashy Dantina, Rizzle in the place. It's Christmas time, unwind, feel merry, unwind. Ricky, get the liquor out the kitchen, time to celebrate life, it's Christmas time. Frankie, pass me the reindeer suit, Tina, Rizzle in the booth. Christmas time, Christmas, Christmas, Christmas time. Get out your liquor, get out your wine. It's Christmas time, Christmas time. Time to eat a turkey and cranberry on the side. It's Christmas time, Christmas time. Time to relax, time to unwind. It's Christmas time.
Who's this for? Who's this for? What's the plan?
Everyone.
Because anyone who would like this kind of music doesn't want to hear these lyrics.
Everyone.
But anyone that wants to hear these lyrics doesn't want to hear this music.
Yeah, because you're too busy with your...
Really silly, truly silly, super silly.
The British rap song is literally a song for no one. It's a genre that no one with the message is going to like, and a message for no one that likes the genre is going to like. They created an exercise to make a song that serves no one. Not even themselves.
Christmas time, time to feel jolly, time to feel fine. It's Christmas time.
Will we make it?
Yeah, Basil.
Save us.
Basil, save us from ourselves as a society.
Too many days and too many nights.
Too many tonight.
Too many nights.
Until Christmas Eve.
Give me a tooth for Christmas, so we can make it even 4. Get me a whore and let me have sex for Christmas.
But don't forget, the very best gifts come for prices of kisses. How's about a hand for Christmas?
Yeah, how about a hand for Christmas? You could put it on my lap, start to clap, make me feel like a man. All right, very good. Well, hopefully everyone is in the Christmas spirit. Cedric Maxwell will be joining us in just a matter of moments. Celtics coming off a loss last night to Milwaukee. We will find out what he has to say about these matters in just a moment.
Feel jolly and happy.
Toucher and Hardy will be...
Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network. I'm sorry for Adam's mistake, Cedric.
That's okay. Adam's been doing a pretty good job. I was like, man, I asked for Stevie Wonder. I asked for somebody else. And like, who was that?
Supposed to be the Temptations, Cedric. I apologize.
Yeah, yes, I did ask for the Temptations. Yeah. Ain't too proud to beg.
Yeah, well, listen.
Little late.
It is
just a little late, but we'll still take it.
Yes, absolutely. All right.
Motown's best.
That's right. How are you doing, Cedric? How is everything with you?
I am doing great, gentlemen. I didn't particularly like the game yesterday, the second half for the Celtics, but I think you're going to have a team that's going to go, up and down from time to time and still trying to find themselves. And it was crazy how well they played in the first half, and they just essentially in the third quarter they just wet the bed.
Are they trying to find themselves not because of the vacuum that's left by Jason Tatum not playing, but because they're getting, it seems to me, Cedric, they're getting contributions maybe from guys like Walsh that they weren't expecting, and they're also missing on certain nights like they did last night, contributions from Hauser when they thought, all right, here's a constant that we can rely on. And when he fails, you're like, well, we weren't expecting Walsh to play so well. So what do we do? Is that part of the problem when they're trying to figure themselves out identity wise?
Well, when you have Hauser, who's a really good shooter, a great shooter, goes 0 for 13 and missed a layup, I think that you can't factor that in. Walsh has been playing particularly well. I mean, he's making a drastic improvement every time I see him. Last night, he's been knocking down shots. I think at one point in the last 5-6 games, he's only missed 4 shots. I think he's taken 25. So he's been really, really good. But it was just an odd night going into Milwaukee, an opponent that hadn't played well, that needed to get a win. You came out early, you shot the ball well, but you were only up by 10 points. You should have been up by 20 and giving yourself a cushion, and you didn't. And then Bobby Portis got hot, and then it was lights out then.
What was going on between Portis and Brown? John brought up there was some kind of issue with a woman or something of that nature.
A woman?
Yeah. When Porter got arrested, you remember he was in Houston and he got arrested on a domestic assault charge in a New York City hotel. Okay. Same woman that was involved with that is currently dating Jaylen Brown. So I thought there might be something there. I have no evidence of this, but it's just an odd coincidence.
John, you are out there on some conspiracy BS right now.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
He was playing the guy the woman that prosecuted him or accused him in Houston is now dating Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
And the two of them got into it because of, it looked like he was just shooting the ball well. I didn't hear him say, yeah, Irene, you know that woman, I was messing with, now you screwing her now. Hey, I'm going to get you for that.
Damn right.
I don't think so, John. I didn't hear all that, John. I did not hear all that.
Now, in that arena, do you have the seats that you can hear these things?
You could. Well, now we're up to the top, so it's hard for us to hear any of that stuff. So, and I don't do sign language that good, but I think I could have heard. I think if he had mouthed out Irene, I think I would have been able to get that one.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm not so sure. So maybe I'm on John's side in this one. So.
I don't know about John. This was out there. Even for John, this one's way out there.
He normally
John comes up with some doozies. This one right here may be the best one of all.
Well, he normally doesn't get down in the mud like this and start muckraking. So we were very pleased when John came forward with this theory this morning. Or is it someone else's theory that you investigate?
No one else would lay claim to this. This one's mine.
Wow. All right. Nice work.
And you actually saw him join about Irene, is that right?
No, I just found it odd that Porter knocked him to the floor in the third quarter for no apparent reason. And then Portis got into it with Brown trying to back up his teammate at the technical, and Bobby Portis always plays better when he's angry, riled up, and then he didn't miss a shot after that.
John, you might have some. You might think I'm gonna ask Brown. I said, Brown, do you know Irene? John Wallach said you were, so you're right now. You're with Irene, and now Bobby Portis is pissed at you because you're sleeping with Irene.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how that goes, John. I get one of them looks like, what the hell are you talking about?
It's no different than the looks I get. So there you go. Perfect.
Other than the game last night, which was a terrible third quarter, and they really let go of the rope in that one.
Yes.
The team does seem to be finding a groove lately, and we were talking about Tatum coming back, which appears to be, something that's on the horizon, maybe a couple months out. How does that affect the chemistry then? And when it comes to like the team's identity, because you're going to introduce this whole new element, for some of these guys who have not played with Tatum out there, they've been dealing with Jaylen Brown as the,
alpha.
The no question number one, the undisputed leader of the team. How do you think that changes things when Tatum comes back?
I think Tatum comes back slowly. He's going to pick his points. I mean, there's going to be time restriction if he comes back. So I think the team in this particular time is still going to be more like Jaylen, what Jaylen is kind of doing. But you tell me you're going to have a problem bringing back a talent like Tatum and trying to get him in the mix? I don't think so, because one thing he does really well that the Celtics desperately need is just rebounding. I don't think that that can be said enough about him being a rebounder and a facilitator. So if he comes in not necessarily as the scorer but a facilitator and a rebounder, I think he's already done his job, and I think the team would really appreciate it if, in fact, he comes back. You see him working out, and it's like, wow, man, he really looks good just in these one-on-one drills. I have not seen him in a 5-on-5 setting, and that's what I really need to see if, in fact, how you push off that leg, how you adjust to a defender, how you do all these different things that basketball players have to do, and you can't see that when you're just talking about the guy stepping up, shooting the jump shot.
Say Tatum comes back and is, let's pick a number, 60, 75% of what he was last year coming off the major surgery. Mm-hmm. Given the way the Celtics are playing right now, how big of a threat do you think they'll be in the playoffs?
Interesting, John. I still think they're a ways away, with some of the players. Man, and what's going to be the final outcome? Who's going to be traded? Is Simons going to be here? Are you trying to go under the cap? Who are you going to bring in if you make a trade? If you move a player, who are you going to move? So until you show me the final product after the trade deadline and after you do all these other things, it's hard to really say what direction and how far this team can go. All I know is I think this team is a playoff team, and they're going to play hard as hell. I don't see them as a championship team. I see them striving to get there, once they get their players back. But I still believe that they're just going to play hard, and that's all you could ask for, when you think about a team that's been shorthanded.
Now, do the Celtics play on Christmas?
No. The Indiana, we leave going to Indiana on Christmas Day.
Oh.
The team has been – when you think about Tatum, that really shows you the downgrade of your potential or what people think of you when you're not a Christmas Day team. Celtics have been a Christmas Day team almost since Tatum has gotten around. And now that they play on the day after Christmas shows you what other people might think of how far this team can go.
Are you annoyed that you have to travel on Christmas Day?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Christmas for me, though, it doesn't mean as much. I mean, my holiday was Thanksgiving. And, Christmas is, and not for you people who are all the people who are, religious. Let me back away.
Yeah, please
It doesn't
do.
mean as much to me when it comes to celebrating giving out gifts. I appreciate the religious context of it.
Thank God.
But at the same time, I look at Christmas as like this. Sometimes when I have to give out gifts, it's a necessary evil.
Oh, really? You look at it as evil.
I do. I mean, because you have to be in the. Well, you don't have to be. You used to have to be in the stores. I hated it as a young parent when they told me I had to put together a bicycle. That was the killer right there for me to say, I know I want the one that's on the floor right now. Nope, don't give me the one in the box. I don't want to do all that BS. No. I mean, how many of you guys ever done that before? Just take the one off the floor and you go, yeah, I'll take that one.
I ordered a table recently.
box.
Yeah, I ordered a table recently. I thought it was going to come fully assembled. It came in a box. It's still in the box. It's been sitting there for 2 months.
Thank you. That is normally what people like me who don't work well with their hands. That's how that would be. I used to hate it when I would see model airplanes and stuff. I'd come up and put that one piece together. I'd have nothing else on the plane at all. No wings, nothing. So I'm just not good at that.
It's not being good. It's having a creative mind that you don't want to follow direction.
No, it is knowing who you are.
Right, and you are a creative. You are a creative maestro with the language, and that is where your skills lie. They don't lie in the man telling you how to put something together. That's where you and I are at. We're brilliant.
I mean, it is the worst thing for a guy like me to see. Open up a box and then saying, put this together. I'm like, oh, no. I used to love – that was one thing I loved about my ex-wife. She was the one that would get a box of stuff and then put it all together. I'm like, girl, you go ahead. I can open the box, but that's it. I can't do anything else.
That's what my son did.
And you know what I'm very good at? Holding stuff still. Hold it still. Don't move.
I'm good at yelling and losing my mind. I'm good at yelling and losing my mind. Something's getting yelled at if I'm putting something together.
Cedric, what's the issue? Is it like Fred, do you have the oppositional defiance disorder, or do you just have a lack of patience when it comes to following instructions?
No, I think I think for me with stuff like that, it's dexterity. I am not good at using my fingers like that. I can dribble a ball and all that stuff, but I have a hard time doing other things like that. And so if you're telling me I got to screw something down and then turn this, and this little bitty screw is in there, and I got to turn this knob this way, it's not going to get done.
Well, listen, guys like us, we like things done to us. We don't need to do it to other people.
No, I hear that. I remember one of the best gifts I got was for Christmas. I got a BB gun. I didn't put the screw in it. The first time I shot it, the whole barrel shot out with the BB. It was never good again.
Nah, well.
That's the whole Ralphie situation.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, you're lucky you didn't lose an eye, Cedric. All right, well, listen.
No. Well, I was shooting at somebody else, so don't worry about it.
All right, yeah, well, I experienced that as a child. All right, Cedric Maxwell, thank you so much. Look forward to talking to you next week, my friend.
Yeah, and please just have my music,
We're calling David Ruffin right now. We're going to get David Ruffin back from the grave.
Thank you. Oh, my God. I was like, and just before we go, who was the song that was being played as my theme song?
I don't know. It was
DJ named Madlib. Cedric, you can look him up and listen to more of his music and not
DJ, get the hell out of here, Madeline. Okay.
Yeah, the Mad Villain album is considered by many to be one of the great rap albums of all time. So
okay, well, that just shows it me. All right, gentlemen, have a good one. Thank you very much for having me again.
All right, thank you, Cedric.
Right.
Every time I hear The Temptations, I think of Dirty Laundry by Danny Brown. You'll have to figure it out for yourself. There's no time. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. So much more for you in store. Here are the headlines. Chance to win a $100 Visa gift card from Valvoline Instant Oil Change. We did a Christmas song segment at 8 o'clock, and more than a few, and I'm sure you've gotten them too, have made this point. I haven't listened to it again. I haven't heard it. They're saying that this song that we played sounds like it was done by someone who used to work for the station.
Let's have a really silly, truly silly, super silly. It's a dilly, very silly Christmassy day.
Now, he's Captain Coconut, and what people are saying is...
Dr. Coconut.
Oh, okay, because someone said Captain Coconut, and they're saying it's stolen valor like Sarge, but they're saying this sounds just like Sarge.
Oh, let's be really silly, really seriously silly, really seriously silly all day.
John, it's not that funny. Stop with your guffawing laughter.
John's over there, his sides are splitting. He's got tears running down his face.
In tears of whimsy, too, because it makes him think of his youth.
He's fist bumping. He's like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is him on... When was Dr. Demento on?
Sunday nights.
Yeah, this is him Sunday nights, cloistered in the basement. Did your parents care that you listened to Dr. Demento?
No, did not care.
They didn't warn you that this could have dire consequences?
I wish they had.
John, we're not building up a big
John, here's what we want
here.
you to do. We want you to listen to Dr. Demento and start playing the clarinet. That'll be a real bonus for you.
Did they push you to the clarinet?
Yes,
they did, didn't they?
Yep.
They wanted you to play the clarinet.
Yes, they did.
Did it help you get into college?
No, oddly enough, not.
Because Adam's trombone playing.
No, I didn't get the scholarship.
I just wrote about that, actually, because Matthews Arena is closing this weekend, the legendary Northeastern venue. So I was writing about
we all knew that.
Wrote about it where?
On the Toucher and Hardy page of 98.5thessportshub.com.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, go there and read it.
So you just did that so it would not count as any digital views?
Well, no. It's the opposite.
Have we hit our digital views already?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it possible to go down?
Yeah. Are there negative digital views that you can get?
Hey, are you sure we're still going to be over our quota after
Yeah,
this?
I mean, is there something with people leaving the site with disgust? Will Barth hit you in the face when he gets here because you're taking away traffic? These are all things that need to be addressed. Is that why the stock went up so much? Is when they saw that you had written about the Northeastern thing? But Adam says that he got in for the trombone, but really Adam got in because of poverty. Let's be honest. That was how the scholarship happened.
I do not hear Sarge in Dr. Coconut or vice versa.
You got those emails
Razzle
too, correct?
dazzle.
I mean, Sarge was certainly silly.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Obviously AI Sarge
We booted him up all of a sudden.
is not silly.
Sarge, GPT, is booting up.
Okay.
Sup, Fred?
Yeah, is nobody going to address the fact that Dr. Coconut is clearly Mark Sarge Riley? I mean, he's gone from stolen military... Oh, okay, this is what he said. He's gone from stolen military valor to stealing credit as a medical professional. I question whether he really went to silly medical school at all, let alone did a silly residency. That is true. There's a lot
You
of
just
silly...
earned a dishonorable discharge from the Sarge. GPT.
Well, I'll take that and I'll raise you a whistle. That shows that it's zany. Why a whistle in all the novelty songs, Jonathan?
I don't know. Usually it's the slide whistle, Fred. That's extra zany.
Okay.
You don't just get the whistle, you get the...
And there's also a lot of bike horn. Like that little bike... Bonk, bonk. Like
I don't get that.
Like the 1920s bikes. Like, bonk, bonk. I don't know what you call that thing. The squeeze like horn.
Mm-hmm.
Like the...
Oh, you get the Auga horn, too.
Yeah. Well, that's
Mr. Magoo.
That's funny
we call
anyway.
that. Yeah.
I mean, you'll recall that from... this was in the... Remember, you guys might not remember this, but in the original... Have you ever seen the Blu-ray of Goodfellas?
No.
Okay, so it's Scorsese. They had a guy originally do the score.
Yeah.
And it was to Scorsese's things, but then the studio convinced him not to use it. Remember the guy knocking around in the trunk? And Pesci goes in there and he's just stabbing away?
Let's have a more than Merry Christmas this year.
Karen, I got the biggest tree they got.
Exactly. Christmas this year.
All right. Listen, caller number 10 to the contest line, 617-931-0985 will win a $100 Visa gift card from Valvoline.
Great!
From Valvoline Instant Oil Change. That excites you, doesn't it?
Yes.
AI Sarge, they'll let you use them, but Blind Scott has a lot of problems with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he says that people think he's with the homeless guy when he uses them.
Correctamundo.
The homeless guy that no one else sees but him. This holiday season, Valvoline Instant Oil Change is giving you the gift of travel so you can get to all of your holiday events without worrying about the price of gas. Very quickly, Ryan came in here during one of the breaks and said that Blind Scott is back on the YouTube chat and that the YouTube chat is blaming us for instructing Blind Scott to go into the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
Again,
we had private communicate with Blind Scott and told him.
It's funny. They complain about people being banned, yet it almost seems like they would want us to ban someone from being in the chat. That seems a little hypocritical to me.
Again, though, that makes sense, but I do want to make this clear. Like, I don't understand how you people think that we are involved at all with it. Like, that's the thing that is fascinating to me. Like, why would the hosts of a show have any access to the YouTube chat at all? Like, that's what's interesting to me. Like that's a web thing. That has nothing. It's just, I never would be listening to a show or watching something on YouTube from a corporate show and think that the hosts were somehow dictating what happened in that chat. Like, I would think maybe someone from the company was, but certainly not the host of the show. That's what's fascinating to me. Like if you're watching an old Mr. Belvedere, like thinking Mr. Belvedere was combing the comments and erasing them. Belvedere's back. He's not letting us mock them. All right. We will be back in just a moment. Kendra will be here with our picks, and apparently she got a lot of negative emails about her last appearance. I'd like to hear some of those.
Yes.
So we'll get to her in just a moment.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
and special teams coach Mike Prefer. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by 128 Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric, the company that finishes every job strong. If your home or business has a plumbing, HVAC, electrical, or drain issue that can't wait, you need to call 128 now at 888-CALL-128. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 9:30.
To us, Boston pride runs deep. I'm a Bostonian! This is Boston's Home for Sports.
Bow, bow, bow!
98.5 The Sports Hub. Why do people listen to Touch Your
Because it's a thing.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
No idea what you're talking about.
Here's more of The Thing on the Sports Hub.
Around the NFL with Toucher and Hardy. Hit somebody.
All right. We are Toucher and Hardy. If you would like to watch us on YouTube, you can do so. If you use this mic, Kendra, the one I'm on, I can tell you something right now.
I never use that mic.
I know you find it disgusting. I'm disgusting.
No, I haven't board op since I was like 19 years
Well,
old.
believe me, this board doesn't barely do anything. They keep taking pieces and pieces away from it. I wish it did something. I wish I could pull things down without having to tell Adam, but that is not the lot I've been given. But there is from avocado toast. I bumped the mic with avocado toast, and I've been unable to remove it. So I have thought, because Kendra's working a lot over Christmas, I have thought invariably Kendra's going to sit in this seat because she likes to be in this position of power. She likes to it's like, you know, sitting behind Hemingway's typewriter. You know, you get this kind of opportunity, but then she's invariably going to go, "Oh, it's so disgusting." And I would say, well, I don't wipe down the board because I'm not a germaphobe, and that no one else uses it. But I was going to warn her that this is avocado toast because she's going to go, "Fred was sick and got snot all over the microphone," which you know she'd say. I can see it a mile away.
I share a microphone with Zolak, so I think that's.
But Zolak leans into that.
But it's added to my like clean insanity.
I got Hardy making fun of me for everything under the sun. I don't need my sanitariness being attacked by you.
Wait,
fun of you.
I actually
You do. You call me loony.
I was listening to you guys with Cedric, and I was hearing about your table. Do you not know about TaskRabbit?
I do, but
Okay.
I can't in good conscience pay a guy $80 to come over and put together the table. My son can do it. My son's got the kind of brain where he follows orders. You know, like he can...
Coachable.
Very coachable. Thank you. I like that you said that. Yes, coaches, he's very coachable. No, but he is. He's good. Everyone likes him. He's a good kid. But so he like put together the Christmas tree. Like he went with me when I bought it, and he didn't mind. Like there's part of him that kind of likes it. So I've been riding him. I haven't been riding him about this table because he's got enough to do, but he can put that table together. I could put it together. Like I could do it. Now, could I do it well and easy as you guys? Probably no.
No, I'm in the camp with you. Sometimes it's worth it to just pay someone to do something for you.
Okay, I will say this. Know this. My dog lives the life of Riley. But now if I even like go to sit down on the ground and put something together, my dog runs down into the basement. Because it knows I'm going to get pissed.
Right.
No.
I know I've never done anything to the dog.
That makes me so sad.
See, this is why you can't talk about animals. I've never done anything to the dog, but
You know
the
what it
dog
is? You know
knows
what
I'm
it
going to
is?
yell.
And I believe this, especially with dogs. It's an energy. And even
Yes.
before you open the box, you're giving off some energy of stress, and the dogs either sense it or smell it or feel it, and they're like, "I'm out of here."
Right. When I was putting together that baby gate so the cat can get through, but the dog can't into the mud room, I was like, and I'm like, why do I even have to put this up? Why do I have this dog? I got to put this up. And I'm yelling to myself. And the dog is like, all right, I'm out of here. Let's get 23 skidoo.
This dude is crazy.
He's like, 23 skidoo. Let's get out. Let's get down to the basement where the bones are.
Do you think the dogs kind of copy their owner's personality in a way?
In that, this isn't copying me, but then in that if I have any female over, the dog decides to lay right down and just start putting out tremendous noxious gas that needs to be explained as this is the animal. Like in any situation, like he gets all excited around females, and then he'll just start farting.
So yes, to your question.
Okay.
I don't
So,
do
yeah.
that. I don't do that. That's not fair.
Are we gonna open that?
We're going to open it during the mail segment.
Does your dog have a favorite in the house?
Yeah, Marcy.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mm.
Yeah, everything's about her, and that's.
Yeah, mine's Zoe. And
Yeah.
if Zoe is laying on the couch and doesn't have a blanket over her, Deuce will start kicking the blanket on her and like want to get under the blanket, and like will start like trying to force. Now he's not smart enough to like grab it with his mouth and pull it.
Yeah.
He's an idiot, so he tries to nudge it with his head or like hit it with his paws. It's a whole situation.
But the funniest thing with my dog is that she started behaving very differently around my son when his voice changed.
Oh, that's interesting.
Before it was, I think she just viewed him as like another one of the kids, and it's like we're about the same in the pecking order around here. And she wouldn't, she would mess with him, like kind of like gently, like chew on his arm and stuff if he was, on the couch with her, and like, you're just another toy I'm going to mess around. And it happens over the course of weeks or a couple of months. But I noticed it when he would like say her name. She's like snaps to it. She's like, "Yes, sir." Yes, right away.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
So you know that behavior like of like licking or biting, like when they lick.
Yeah.
That's they're expressing themselves as alphas. Like when they'll sit there and lick someone.
Yeah.
Like I bet your dog doesn't do that to you.
My dog, yeah.
Yeah, like that's them telling that they're the boss. You're supposed to kind of get that out of them.
Well, and with the kids, it makes sense that she would do that.
No,
And
yeah,
she-
so I'm saying you're right.
Yeah, she still does it to my daughter when she comes home. She's like, you.
Yeah.
Finally someone in this house that I'm above.
Are you a pet household, Wally?
Yes, I have a dog, and my dog will only go to the person that can give her a treat the fastest. That's it. My dog
Why
has
don't you
no
try
loyalty
disciplining that animal?
other than food. That's
Says you.
very food motivated. My
Listen,
dog.
Deuce tries very hard. He's a good boy. He's just got neurological disorders that don't
He's
allow him to sit.
neurodivergent.
He is certainly. That dog's very lucky I adopted it, and you know that for a fact. They discouraged me from taking that dog at the shelter in
Did you
Tennessee.
let the dog choose you?
No, it could fit under the plane. I let the plane choose the dog. I didn't want to put it in. I didn't want to put it in cargo. I didn't want to put a puppy in cargo like an animal, or I mean, I guess it is an animal, but I didn't want to put it in there like a psycho. So I wanted to put it under the seat, and it was the only dog that would fit under the seat. He loved getting in the pet carrier, too. He was so excited about it. He peed all over that airport. He loved it.
Yeah.
Because we had 2 flights, so in between flights, we had to let him out. And when we were trying to put him back in, he was spazzing out and peeing all over the place. And not like in a scared way, even. Is it like, Mark. He was lifting his leg and marking stuff. He was like, yeah. Let's get it done.
Mine.
He phantom pees and phantom craps, too. And then people will look at me like I'm not picking up the crap, and I want to be like, come over here and investigate. Nothing came out. So let's get that out of the way. All right.
Again, like his owner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gifts, I call them. The gifts of what was in me. Now it's on you. All right, Kendra.
With all the amazing games on the schedule this weekend, all of them, I'd say there's like 3 or 4 legit good games that are either
can go through them.
between either 2 good teams or at least 1 good team and 1 good storyline team. Whatever picks you have, better not be, one of these crap games.
Okay,
Because there's plenty of good ones here.
Raven Bengals at 1 is a good game because the Ravens need to win that. Chargers Chiefs is obviously an important game.
Right.
Bills Patriots is a great game. Jets Jaguars, a lot on the line. Then you have Packers Broncos, which is fantastic. Lions Rams, and then it's like if you don't have. Unless they're playing them both locally. If you don't have YouTube TV, you're missing one of those games, John.
I sent you 3
Red
picks.
zone, baby. Red zone.
Red zone is garbage.
Yeah. You got to be to a certain
There's no
frame of mind
narrative
to watch it.
You're you're the kind of guy that pauses the movie on the boobies. You don't even.
Is there a problem with that? What's the problem with that?
Is that there's no
He's a butt guy.
seduction. There's no seduction. See, some of us need to have a storyline and a concept. Why is this happening?
You need a nice female to run her hands through your hair.
No,
yeah, I understand.
Why
it's a
doesn't the
metaphor.
stepson know what he's doing? Why does he need his stepmom to instruct him?
Exactly.
The backstory.
Or how did they get caught so easily? They're on the couch in the living room. This doesn't seem a place to do this.
In the middle of the day. They're always in the middle of the day.
And sometimes even the husband walks in and doesn't notice. And he just walks right through.
I don't like it. I don't like it when the
it's
husband
very odd.
is there. Because then it's like your dad saw.
Yeah.
We're raising a generation of very sick individuals. It's Freud's nightmare. All right, so anyway, those are good football games. Kendra, let's start with I want your opinion. It doesn't even have to be from a gambling angle. We're asking everyone, Bills, Patriots, what do you see as a likely outcome in this game?
Okay, so I know that the Patriots have kicked my ass all season long, but I'm going back to the well. I am on the Buffalo Bills as the underdogs this week. I'm glad I waited on the number.
They're underdogs now?
Yeah.
Where? Because I'm seeing 1.5. Their favorite 1.5.
That's moved?
Where I'm looking.
I've seen 1 and 1.5 where I've looked too.
Yeah.
But I have heard it's moved in other books.
Yeah, I mean, it's been moving around all week long. I got the Bills plus 1.5. I like the Bills no matter what side of the number you can get right now, just because I get people are going to throw the Mike Vrabel after the bye thing out there. Patriots got a little bit healthier this week. I just do not want to play Josh Allen in the month of December playing meaningful football. And the thing is that they have to know the pressure is on at this point, just because if the Bills don't win a Super Bowl this year, I honestly don't think they're going to. There will never, ever, ever be another instance where Josh Allen doesn't have to go through Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, now Drake May, and that's just the AFC. So it will never be an easier path for the Buffalo Bills. I think the pressure's on. Huge win, huge morale victory for them last week. The Bengals did cover the number, which I don't know if you guys took the Bengals, but thank God they did cover that last minute. And you're never, ever, ever going to have a better chance right now. Don't want to play Josh Allen in the month of December at all. I have to go with the Bills. It feels like the easier side to back here. I'm sorry, Patriots fans. You can hate me as much as you want. I will say it with my chest that I'm doing this week. Sorry about it.
I haven't
what
seen
are you
this.
seeing on DraftKings?
I haven't seen this line move. People have been talking about it flip-flopping 1.5 one way, then 1.5 the other way. It has been Patriots plus 1.5 the first time I looked at it, and it's still there right now.
I mean, it's changed back and forth all week long. When I did my show Sunday, the Patriots were favored, and then by like Tuesday or Wednesday, it was the other way around. So same thing with the Broncos. That's what people have been talking about is the Broncos, are home dogs. So because that number switched too, which I think the Packers, I don't have the Packers this weekend, but I think the Packers are the better side in that game just because how long can both of these AFC teams with young quarterbacks really go on a serious run here? They're due to slip up at some point. The Broncos have been so lucky, and Bo Nix is not Drake May. So I think if one of these teams is more likely to slip up this weekend, it's probably the Broncos. But
Green Bay's favored in that game by how much?
I think it's 1.5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have the Bills this week. I'm so sorry, Patriots fans. I'm also going to go back to the Bengals well. I think that the Bengals obviously have to win out. A lot of pressure. I'm going to chase Joe Burrow the rest of the season. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm either going to be on the Bengals or on the with the points or on the Bengals with the money line the rest of the season. You will not catch me slipping on Joe Burrow. I know that that's a big game that you guys were looking at. And then the other thing that
I like that one too.
And
I mean, he's appears to be in a weird emotional space right now. So if he is looking for the joy in football, he's looking for fun. All right, you got the Ravens coming in. That should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Go out there and play like you want to win that.
Well, the Ravens look like they've quit, and they've looked like that way for weeks.
I was just going to say both teams coming off of a loss. Joe Burrow is not going to, have 2 turnovers in a game again. I expect like a revenge game from him in a way. And like you said, the Ravens haven't been the same. Ugly loss to the Steelers last week. This is do or die, and I think both of these teams are pretty much already dead. Lamar Jackson doesn't look the same. I'm going to take Joe Burrow over Lamar Jackson. And then my grossest, ugliest, nastiest bet of the week, I am on Washington. I know that sounds insane. I get that.
This is what I didn't want from you. I didn't want you coming in here talking about a Commanders-Giants game.
But I brought you two of the 3 big games. Sometimes you got to look in the ugly places to make money.
All right, go ahead. What is it? What's the money play?
It's the same thing as I've brought all season to you guys. They got shut out by the Vikings last week, and any team coming off of a shutout covers the number at an insane clip. We've talked about that multiple times this season. It's worked out really well for us. So it's kind of just a smash play for me. Don't even think about it. Just do it.
Okay.
All right.
I'll do it.
All right. You're gonna
What's the number you got on the Commanders?
2.5.
Ugh.
What is it now?
No, it's 2.5. Just money line them, or you want them to cover?
I took the points, but I don't hate the money line. Like I said, it's just one of those statistical plays, which I usually am not a statistics girly. I've told you guys I'm a vibe girl, but this is one of those statistic follows.
All right, I'll do it.
Do you have the light vibration?
Excuse me?
That's from an Arizona cult. They believe that you had a light vibration. And if somehow you failed, you had to go back to the beginning and not have that light vibration anymore.
Okay. All right.
All right. Look, Kendra is besieged with emails, so we're going to let her sit in for the email segment. As we continue, are you betting on the Army-Navy game, or do you hate America?
My brother played football at Navy. So.
Oh, maybe Bill Belichick can pretend to know him.
Maybe.
All right, very good. Kendra will stay. We will go over our award-winning email segment in just a matter of moments.
Toucher and Hardy, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
the email bit. We should do the email bit. It's a great idea. Let's do the email bit.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. You can find our emails by going to 985thesportshub.com. And you can also look at us on socials at Toucher and Hardy on all the socials, at Hardy985, and, of course, at Fred Toucher, which is a real juggernaut, as Kendra can attest. This is a big thing for you, Kendra. When you bring in at Fred Toucher, things blow up for you. And that is how you make all your riches. As I am now a paid member of Instagram.
Wow.
An $8 check just came my way. $8 to my bank account, my friend.
Look at you go.
Yeah, I'm cooking. This is from Erin. Please ask Kendra how she could be a neat freak when in her Insta videos her apartment is a mess.
Ooh.
What?
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
I don't think my apartment's ever a mess in my Instagram videos.
It's a mess.
Okay.
Clearly.
I'll do a little research right now.
Okay, go for it.
All right.
I'm confident in this. I think the only thing I've ever mentioned recently is that I had a pile of laundry on my couch I needed to fold, but there is no way that's true.
All right. This is from a listener, Patrick. Minneapolis isn't in the central time zone, Fred. Ooh, you got to let it all hang out, fat bottom girls. They make the rockin' world go round.
Let's have that excuse. Let's go through that that exercise again, please.
Hey, Kendra, I was on the show one day years ago, and I said Detroit is in the Eastern time, or something came up about the time zone Detroit was in. And I said Detroit is in the Eastern time zone, and I was vehemently argued with that it was not. My fact of my growing up there, I was unaware, and I was wrong, argued with about what time zone the city I grew up in
Are your parents
was located
Central Time?
No, my parents are east of Detroit. They're in East Tennessee. But part of Tennessee is in the Central Time Zone, but not where my parents are.
When I lived in Auburn, it was Central Time, which is crazy to think about.
And Auburn's in
Alabama.
Okay.
It's an hour and a half west of Atlanta.
An hour and a half from Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
And that's Central?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
it's by
literally,
Birmingham?
No. It's like right on the border of Alabama and Georgia. And so like when I was in college, you had to be 19 to be a legal adult in Alabama. So kids would drive over the border to go buy like nicotine and vapes and that type of stuff. But sometimes when you were coming back from Atlanta or like whatever, your phone wouldn't switch over because it's so close to the border. So you had to like double check all of the clocks in your apartment to make sure that your alarm was going to go off for class the next day.
Wait, they carded for cigarettes?
I mean, vapes and stuff. Yeah, for sure. There was like a dry county next to us too. You couldn't buy alcohol on Sundays.
I don't know if ever in my entire life, and I smoked from when I was 12 until I was off and on until like 4 years ago. I don't know if I've ever in my entire life been carded, even as like a 13-year-old, for cigarettes. Ever. Like that's something. If I worked at a gas station, what the hell am I going to card? Why would I go through the rigmarole of carding? Just ring them up. Now it's 21.
Because it's the rule, and if you're a good employee, you follow the rules.
If you want to go back to the last topic, when I started buying pot, when it was legalized, it was too much on the line if I bought pot illegally.
Did you guys see we might be getting like weed cafes?
Oh, boy, those will be a huge success, just like those dispensaries that everyone was lining up in front of, and now they can't get any business. Yeah. Good luck opening up a weed cafe. That's going to be quite. Everyone's going to go there. They're not going to be able to get enough.
Have you been to Amsterdam?
I haven't, but Amsterdam, I would imagine that those cafes. First of all, yes, they were huge with tourists because people would go and go, I can't believe you can buy weed legally. I can't believe you can smoke weed legally. But now that it's legal all over the place, I can't imagine it's that much of a novelty in Amsterdam anymore.
I disagree. I totally disagree.
Well, when's the last time you were in Amsterdam?
Last year. This year.
Were the weed cafes hopping?
Yeah.
All right.
And you found it to be like a novel idea still?
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, because you just go and you get like a poor man's speedball, you get an espresso and a joint, and you sit there with your friends. It's like going out to get a drink to them, you know?
But you could do that here.
Yeah, but you can't go out and like have like a cafe experience or anything like that. It's like
Okay.
literally like going out to get a drink.
Or you could definitely like hit a pen like out in front of a bar and walk into the bar. I mean, like you could actually hit a vape
I just
in
hate
the bar.
vapes. I know, but I hate the vapes.
But what I'm saying is there's no way that a Amsterdam like weed cafe has the same allure to American tourists as it did before the legalization of weed. Now, do they sell mushrooms at those?
Yeah, what else can you get at them?
In the cafes, no. The mushroom places, like they call them truffles, are like standalone. You have to go to like a store where they call their like weed cafes coffee shops.
Okay, so you know what happened when they first legalized weed in Colorado is that they were getting like all these police calls because what happens is people eat edibles and
go crazy,
and then they end up going crazy and calling an ambulance. I know they legalized mushrooms there. My one thing to anyone that wanted to legalize mushrooms, which I really don't have a problem with, is just get extra staff ready. Because the amount of people that are going to wig out.
Freak out and call 911.
I mean, if people are freaking out, and I freaked out like smoke, I don't like weed. And it's funny because a lot of people that are like even into hardcore drugs like won't smoke weed because it freaks them out. There's like a lot of people like that. But I've freaked out with weed. I've never called an ambulance or anything. But if eating an edible is getting people to wig out, I can only imagine if people are like eating mushroom chocolate. It's like, what is that? Psilocybin? Psilocybin. If people are even psilocybin, that they're going to lose their minds, completely be unprepared for what is about to befall them.
Hardy, did you find any?
Did you say silly Cybin?
Very silly Christmassy day.
Well, that's what John would do, is he would eat mescaline and just listen to Dr. Demento and the songs. He could see the songs.
Can you get Adderall in the weed cafes in Amsterdam? Because Fred won't let me get it here. If I go to Amsterdam, can I get Adderall?
No, but I know a guy hit me up. I can't give you drugs, but it would be funny if I did.
I will address this. Ian says, Fred, I don't remember if it was Tuesday or Wednesday, but you said on the radio this week, or stream at least, essentially, blind Scott, keep chatting on YouTube. That way we'll get less emails from you. I think that's why everyone is saying you told him.
Oh.
It may have been a joke or a throwaway comment, but it does seem like you instructed him. Again, that's hardly an instruction. I was making a joke. Blind Scott, if he emails us 25 times a day, 50 times a day, if he wants to get on that YouTube chat, what am I going to do about it? I don't care.
That's Jamelli's problem now.
The only thing that I find interesting about it is that you think I have anything to do with it, or that I talk to Blind Scott. These are another things. Like when the show ends, in 99% of the shows, I have no contact with Blind Scott. The only time I have ever talked to Blind Scott, you've heard it, or it's available because it's been on the air. I don't know Blind Scott. He's a caller to the show. I don't care to know Blind Scott. I will never meet Blind Scott. If I met Blind Scott, I'd make a quick move away from whatever part of his vision still exists. I just think it's funny that everyone is under the assumption that Hardy, John, and I have some kind of access to Blind Scott and the YouTube. Like, I get you like the YouTube chat, and I appreciate it. Do whatever you want on there, short of like threatening to kill us, because that will get flagged. But, you know, to act like we have any involvement of that is just asinine. And I know for a fact I wouldn't think that. I just know I wouldn't. And then it makes me question your sanity, because I put myself in your shoes and I think there's no way in a million years that I would think that, which is just more fascinating. It doesn't even bother me. It just fascinates me. Like, you're an insane person. If Blind Scott wants to get on there, he can. If he doesn't want to do it, he doesn't have to. I'd rather him be on there than emailing me 25 times a day. Why? Because it makes the email segment harder to do. Why? Because just like when I was looking for the Sarge one about the song, and it was a good email too, a funny one. I want the funny ones from the good listeners to get through. They help the show, and they often have good ideas that we use. And when there's a million from Scott, I got to just go through and erase them all.
You got to have Hardy set up the filter for you.
I don't want to filter them out, though, because sometimes like we get something from them.
They'll still be there. They won't be in the same spot.
I get it. I've filtered people out. I know how to do it. It's not as easy as I would like. I mean, I've had to filter people out. The companies had me filter people out because they threatened to kill us. And that's when you have to filter them out. But Blind Scott's never threatened to kill me. So he's
Just break into your house.
He's expressed a desire to be in my home.
To be in your home and surprise you.
But then again,
it would be fun.
But then again, out of all the people, he's blind. So I don't really know.
Yeah.
I think I have a tactical advantage on him just based on his lack of sight. Unless he's some kind of monk, like from an old Wu-Tang film or something where they're, he's got like this incredible other senses that allow him to be a great combat fighter. Like Blind Scott, I don't know how he gets in. You know what I'm saying? Like you just have to. He's trying to break a window, but it's the side of the house. Like there's a lot going on there.
Did you hear the fake Blind Scott Christmas carols?
I did. I have been following this saga online.
All right.
Okay. Kendra gets mail at the station. I don't get a lot of mail, physical mail, but it is from just someone named Luke. And I would
Shout out Luke, unless it's something bad.
I'm not opening it, so Nicholas, if you could please come in here. Much like a food taster for a king, I have always, for Nick's whole career, had him open up physical
Should he
mail.
open stuff in the corner and not near us? Or
He can be near me. I just don't want to open it and touch it.
All right, very good.
If it was from like a company, obviously I'd open it, or even a last name, I might open
Well,
it.
he asked me to open my mail last time I got mail, and I was like, no. But now I'm like, I don't care. I'm here.
Well, because-
I wasn't here last time.
Well, first of all, you didn't say no, and second of all, I am curious what people send you, because people are very odd with you online. So I would see what they physically send you.
All right, so Nicholas
it's a
has it
Jaguars
open.
thing.
Is it?
It's going to be a
No,
Jaguars thing.
I know what it is. I know what it is. I can tell.
It's Jaguar socks.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's Jaguar stuff.
Wow, a koozie.
So it's like a nice gift. Nick,
Gloves?
there's a mic
Oh
in
my
front of you. What are you, a mime?
Don't show it to me. You have to speak. It's radio.
Yeah, Nick, what are you like a miming on the
From
radio?
people that sent us the tickets to the Easton Festival of Trees. They sent some gloves.
Why do they send those to Kendra when they know they
Are
should
you a
go right
Jags
to
fan?
me?
Yeah.
Not this weekend. It's a must-win situation
So
for my New York
Fred is
Jets.
saying, why didn't they send him like Jets gloves? Because they know you're not going to the Easton Festival of Trees. But
No.
there's a chance Kendra might.
The point I was making is why did they not give the passes to the Easton Tree Festival to Adam, who is destitute and would like to go to this thing?
Good
Huh?
They did like last week.
Oh.
Oh wow, it's charitable.
Are you going to go to the Easton Tree Lighting Festival, Kendra?
Maybe this is really nice of them to send. And
You're
it-
not going there, are you?
And it supports.
You're not going. You're just saying all these words that for something. Are you
It
going?
ends December 14th. I work the next 2 days.
Yeah, but you have not 24 hours a day. You could go out there if you wanted
Go
to.
there, down there right now.
Well, I'm here now, and I'm here tonight. I'm opening here tomorrow.
Yeah.
It sounds like you've got 8 hours where you could go.
Yeah,
down.
why don't you slide on
Today.
down to Easton after the show?
Where is Easton?
South.
It's where
South,
Cedric Maxwell
40,
lives.
40, 45 minutes.
Does Cedric want to go hang out with me at the Easton Tree Festival?
I know the answer to that. No. But nonetheless.
Who do you think is more likely to hang out with me, Cedric or Hardy?
Hardy. Hardy.
Yeah.
Cedric wouldn't hang out with anybody.
No, it's hard.
I asked Cedric to hang out with me because I'm in one town over from Easton, and he said no.
He did. He just straight up
That's
said
so
no.
mean.
And I would go up to Cedric if I'm at a Celtics game this year, but I would then would be go by Grandy.
Oh, there's more stuff.
Oh my God.
There you go, Adam.
Oh my gosh, a gift for
I don't like
Jackson.
that Freudian slip at all.
What is
Wow, it's a dog collar.
I don't like that Freudian
It's a
slip at all.
Jaguars
Looking
dog
at him calling
collar.
him
What
mean.
else? What else you got there, Nick?
He was messing up.
As well.
Oh my gosh,
Cards.
Why? How'd you miss these?
Oh, the Mark Brunel.
Oh my gosh.
He's not a man. But in fairness, that's the size of a small pouch.
This is so nice.
There was stuff hidden in there.
Yeah.
It's a
There's more
6-inch
stuff.
envelope.
There's more stuff.
Ooh, there's a note.
Oh, read the note.
Oh, read the note.
Oh, I think that this is about. Oh.
Turn it over. There it is.
I sent you the Mac Jones cards a year ago and the toy for your dog. This is so nice. That's Jackson's favorite toy. Remember when we got sent the
Yes.
dog toys? It's the same guy.
Yeah, my dog has destroyed the toy.
Oh, Jackson sleeps with his. This is so nice. Wow. Okay.
He's so insecure.
I know.
What are you doing wrong?
He's a little scaredy guy.
All right. Well, that's not great ownership.
Thanks, Nick.
It's a good thing you don't have
Thanks,
kids.
Gemelli.
Living under a
This
bridge.
is so nice.
You got cards? You got today?
So my coffee table has the books that we've talked about prior, and then a bunch of like sports cards that people can like, instead of having a book, I have like sports cards and then magazines.
What are you getting us for Christmas, Kendra?
Cookies, actually.
What are you getting
yeah,
us?
you're
What are you
making-
getting us for Christmas,
Those
Kendra?
Ritz cracker things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you getting us for Christmas? Not making like a
Ingredients to
child.
make cookies. What are
Well,
you getting us?
That's not quite a. Well, I haven't even thought about it until now, but it certainly won't be some nonsense I make with my hands. It will be something purchased at a store like an adult.
I don't think you can cook, though. I think that's more so your issue.
Oh, I have 2 children.
Okay.
I
All the more
cook.
reason for you to microwaves.
John's the cook.
Some of that is made in the microwave, indeed. My ex-wife got a rice cooker, and she was bragging about it. And I'm like, "What is this? Is the biggest waste of time? It only takes 20 minutes, 90 seconds to microwave the rice."
What about
John cooks shrimp scampi? That's right.
Color of the year, scampy pink.
I eat different kinds of foods. I enjoy cooking, preparing foods.
Do you know John's a foodie if you tell him he is?
What's your favorite thing? What's the best thing you make?
Now here we go. This is it. John
it shrimp
cooks
scampi?
That's it. That's all I can make.
That's all you can make?
And then John goes, and I go, "Everyone can make shrimp scampi." He goes, "Can you?" And it's, yeah. I can, as a matter of fact.
Are you a foodie?
Yes.
As a matter of fact.
It's not lobster fumador or some kind of like,
Thermidor.
Thermidor, exactly. I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's so hard to make.
When's your last day?
Wednesday.
And that's it forever. You don't know. But
I'm never coming back.
That's
Are
it.
you a foodie?
But I can tell you, my
And
wife.
Darrow's taking his spot.
My wife bakes cookies.
So I said that so you know I'm joshing.
Hey, have fun.
Yeah, have fun.
Keep it willing.
What's that? All right. That was great. Yeah, that was funny yesterday. All right, Kendra. Well, listen, we are going to see you. But we're going to see you before the holidays for real. You're going to be in on a show.
I'll see you guys Thursday. This is my last time seeing Wallach, so happy holidays, Wallach.
Happy holidays to
It's
you.
all Christmas as far as he's concerned.
It
You
is
don't
all
have to go with the Holly. I know you think he's Jewish on the account of his upbringing, but he's turned his back on that. So you're safe to say Merry Christmas around him.
Okay.
No offense will be taken. Kendra, how do people find you on social media?
At Kendra Middleton, and I'm at Kenny with an I Middleton on Twitter. My socials have not grown in forever, so
How many Instagram followers do you have?
I don't know, like 33,000
Okay,
maybe.
so my son was making fun of me, and I'm like, and he was making fun of me about Instagram, and I'm like, dude, I have stuff that's got over 100,000 views. He goes, no, you don't. And I go, I know how to find it. Anything with Kendra. Should I take another thing with Kendra? Nah. Is it too early? Maybe I'll do it at Christmas.
Yeah, do it now when she's in next Thursday.
Yeah, then maybe that's.
Oh yeah, I'll think of some stuff we can do.
All right, there you go. Yeah, think of something that we can do. All
Jamili
right.
told me he wouldn't film a TikTok with me, so.
What brand is he protecting?
Yeah, exactly.
I love you all.
He doesn't want to look dumb.
I'll be on the Joe Show tonight. Come hang out in the YouTube chat. Your YouTube listeners are mean, but Joe's are nice.
Don't feel the need to fill his pregnant pauses, as there are many. Just let him sit. That's
You know
my
the
advice.
vibe of the Joe Show.
Oh yeah, it's very much a vibe show.
So are you're hosting it tonight?
Yeah.
Alone.
Mhm.
Okay. You got to just you got to take the calls. You got to let them hang up.
Should I do a gummy before the Joe Show?
If you
Are you
really want to
insinuating-
get in the right vibe, yeah.
Is that you're insinuating that's what Joseph does? Okay. Very good. It sounds like it certainly sometimes.
Okay, bye, boys.
All right. Bye,
Bye,
Kendra. We'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Super yummy.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius.
Westboro. So come see the amazing finance and lease offers during VW's Winter Deal Days. Yes, you can have it all at Colonial. That's colonialvw.com.
Before we get to the things that Adam 12 might enjoy this weekend, he has something he would like to announce.
Yes, something that I am planning on enjoying tomorrow. I've spoken before about the Musery. They're a great organization on the North Shore. They're a music instrument lending library.
Now, is this for disabled people, or can I make fun of it?
This is...
See, this is why, but I was going to preface this by saying Adam 12 has an insufferable announcement.
No,
I didn't want
that's
to
a
say
good question, though. That's a very good
because
question.
what will happen is I'll rag on you about this, and then you'll be like, "Well, it's for people that can't hear."
Why
and
I
I'm
didn't
like,
start it the way I wanted to start it.
It's for it's really for everybody. The Musery.
Oh, so it's for adults that can't go buy your own instruments. How about
or
that?
for children in schools that maybe
All right.
don't have a school.
I'm all
music
for our
program.
programs in school.
Thank you. So the Musery is having their annual fundraiser Saturday. The music I'm playing in the background, the Charlie Brown Christmas. They have a live band playing the Charlie Brown Christmas music with a children's orchestra, or rather a children's choir, and they have the.
They're all white.
It's a great.
There you go.
Charlie Brown.
This isn't
jazz
Hamilton
people.
Wenham. How dare you? Oh yeah, I guess you're.
Not Franklin.
It's the community house in South
Very
Hamilton.
token.
Go to themusery.org for more details.
But in fairness, it was Minneapolis in the 40s. I assume that was a fairly
Accurate portrayal.
Caucasian area.
All right, so that is one thing you'll be doing. Will you be attending the Boston Frozen Fire Festival? It's
Frozen
open
and
and
fire.
free to the public. The Anchor Boston transforming its dazzling winter wonderland into the Frozen Fire Festival, centerpiece for dynamic winter entertainment, shopping, hospitality, and craft libations.
That sounds expensive. I don't know about that.
I just said it was free.
Don't you like craft libations? They take, if it's a drink, it takes 7 hours
Yeah,
to
it's
make.
fantastic.
And it has to be made with a guy in suspenders. And if it's a beer, look out. It tastes a lot like hops.
And it's going to cost you another few bucks if he's got a handlebar mustache.
I was going to
like
say
Raleigh
you're going to
Fingers.
give some of his mustache
Yeah.
wax in there.
You would have, when Detroit first started its renaissance, whatever, the people, you could open up stuff. Kids owned everything. And the bars.
How about this? How about
squeeze bottles?
Oh, how about this, 12?
Yeah.
Cultural Survival Bazaar. Celebrate the winter solstice with uplifting artists, cultures, and the enduring values of giving and reciprocity.
Yes.
This is their pitch to get you to go.
I'm in.
Get ready for a memorable event where you'll have the unique opportunity to meet and learn from the makers of time-honored and culturally relevant art from all over the world.
Hang on. All the local news stations have broken into this Brian Walsh trial that I could care less about.
I thought they were going to say they've broken in and they're carrying our programming so people can learn about this.
That sounds delightful and very much up my alley.
Why is this Brian Walsh trial a thing? Can anyone elevator pitch this to me?
It's sensational and it's salacious, and it's odd in that he did plead guilty to the illegal disposal of his wife's body, but says he didn't kill her.
Okay, but again, that is not an explanation that I would understand why they broke into local programming to show.
Well-to-do community, attractive people, it's
yeah,
just
I get it. Like white, attractive, rich people.
Yeah, killing each other.
Yeah.
It's not.
It is interesting how they pick these things out, because I've managed to ignore this, much like I ignored the Karen Reed trial. But at least the Karen Reed trial was this national phenomenon. This thing, I think, is they're trying to.
This feels more localized.
They're this is seems to be in all seriousness, going in the wake. They're trying to ride that wave a little bit further.
Yeah.
They're we cleaned up during this Karen Reed thing. Maybe we can make this into a whole situation as well. Look, if you're involved in it, I feel bad, but I'm not. And there's other things for me to worry about other than this one particular murder. Let's be honest.
Worry about what you're going to do on Monday instead of being here talking about the Bills and Patriots.
That's right. I'm not here on Monday. You'll have Andrew Callahan, who will be at the game and be, talking to players. You'll have him. You don't need me. What do I have to offer? Nothing.
No,
so I will see you gentlemen on Tuesday.
All right.
Okay, Fred.
I got a long staycation.
Well, start it already. Let's go.
You want to stop the show?
Yeah.